Please rise if you are able. Remove your hats and place your hands over your heart for the playing of the national anthem. Assumption High School would like to thank Aspirus Riverview.
All right, Paul, you got me?
I got you.
All right, we'll turn you up here a little bit. Good.
Liv,
good?
Good.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Wisconsin Rapids as the the Assumption Royals take on the Auburndale Eagles here tonight. A doubleheader action from Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids. Teammates alongside Paul Jaglinski and Olivia Zimmerman this afternoon. As again, these two teams are supposed to play on Tuesday and tonight. Some weather came through and we're unable to play from Auburndale, and it's going to be a good matchup early this season, Paul. These two teams met in a couple of good ones last year here. Auburndale, a team that they have a lot of hope and a lot of things to look forward to with a team that they feel like could win a conference championship.
Yeah, off to a 3-1 start on the year, Steve. Only loss of the year is to New London. They're a sectional favorite over in Division II. So a lot of young talent. This particular group in volleyball, we saw it. In basketball, we saw it as very reliant on their sophomores and their freshman class. It's a very talented young group for them. So excited to go ahead and see them. And for the Royals, game 2 of the year. First time on at Robinson Park. The field looks outstanding, so we'll see if there's been some improvements to this young Royals team. As again, the core is pretty strong, but they're also dependent on some pretty young ball players.
Absolutely. Macy Vollert, outstanding season opener against Sevastopol. Went 4 innings, I believe, with 9 strikeouts. Maya Krings to lead things off here this afternoon. First pitch from Macy Vollert is at 4:48. And it's right down the middle for a strike, and we are underway.
Macy struck out 9 in 4 innings of work on Monday night, Steve, against Sevastopol before being lifted. Threw the ball really well, had great accuracy in that game.
0-2 to Maya Krings. Krings, Griesbach, Grimm, Stanton, Blomberg, Anderson, Katzenberger, Lau, and Nagel. For head coach Mike Schulte and the Auburndale Eagles here today.
One of the things I immediately noticed and like is I like the little softball Buckeye patches similar to the Ohio State football logo on the Auburndale helmets. That's kind of fun.
Fowler wheels and deals. The 0-2 is high. In and out of the mitt of Claire Nelson. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Very windy afternoon here in central Wisconsin and all throughout the state. Got a doubleheader here tonight and a doubleheader on Monday when the Assumption Royals host Edgar. We'll get into that throughout the broadcast. And there's a big strikeout to Krings on the outside corner. Good job by Nelson to hang on to it. And there's one away for Morgan Griesbach.
windy everywhere today, Steve. If you were watching any of the Masters, they could hardly putt on hole 18 at Augusta National. So much wind that was whipping through. But it should be interesting with the amount of wind that's playing tonight. Balls, it's going to really take a poke to go out to right. Anything in the air to left should carry. And with the amount of wind, the way it's swirling, it should be an adventurous night for the outfielders.
Flowing straight from right to left. And go through that defensive alignment here in just a moment. Going to be lifted behind shortstop, and there's a base hit for Griesbach right over the head of Anna Schooley, and a one-out base hit, and a little Texas leaguer there for Griesbach to get on with one away.
A seeing eye blooper, but again, an early base runner for Auburndale. Curious to see on how aggressive Coach Schulte will be against Claire Nelson. Obviously, Kristen Casey, one of the mainstay seniors for Assumption, gone.
They're going to be hit over to Kavanaugh at second, grounds it to second, and they get the out and get the lead runner. And there's two away, and Breeley Grimm will reach on the fielder's choice, and there's two outs. And as Ari...
Now batting number 9, third baseman, Sammy Stanton.
And as... And now there's a conversation to be had here. As Ari becomes more comfortable at that second base spot, she may charge that one a little bit quicker to to have an opportunity at a double play.
With the shorter base paths, one of the things for umpires on a play like that you really have to think about and talk about is that obstruction and interference call. It's way more common in softball than it is baseball. Again, the shorter base paths have that. And then I think that, again, another interesting thing early in the year is at a play where the runner needs to slide on or not, as Schooley ended up having to throw over to first base. So I don't know if that's what Coach Nelson was referring to or not, but again, it looked like everything was perfectly fine there. 1 ball, 1 strike here is the count.
To Sammy Stanton, the hero last year for the Eagles. In the bottom of the 7th inning of Game 2 of that doubleheader, it was a 3-run bomb to center field and off of Ava Schill to win that second game, and way out in front, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sammy Stanton. Macy Voller's control and accuracy so far to start this year has been very good. The 2-2 high and away. Count runs 3-2. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Danica Blomberg awaits on deck, the catcher for Auburndale. Again, glad you're all joining us here this afternoon on Zaleski Sports. 3-2 is swung on and missed. And a couple more strikeouts for Macy Vollert. She leaves 1 stranded. We've played at half an inning. It's Auburndale nothing. Assumption coming up. You're watching high school softball on Zaleski Sports.
What sets Nakusa Port Edward State Bank apart from other Wisconsin banks far beyond rates and financial services? You can expect an experience filled with individualized personal care unique to you and your business. Nakusa Port Edward State Bank has over 100 years of serving the Wisconsin Rapids area, local small and mid-sized businesses, while proudly supporting so many community projects over the years. They're your neighbors, your friends, and you'll find them actively serving communities where we work, live, and play. Nakusa Port Edward State Bank, strong enough to protect you, large enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Leading off for Assumption, number 21, shortstop, Anna Schooley.
Anna Schooley to lead things off here for Assumption to go up against Morgan Griesbach. Schooley Kavanaugh, Nelson, Vollert, Smits, Stofflet, Moss, Norton, and Hahn for Assumption. Anna Schooley against Morgan Griesbach. One ball, no strikes to Anna Schooley. Griesbach fires home. Going to be swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Griesbach in her first varsity campaign as a Auburndale Eagle. Going up against Anna Schooley.
Always exciting to go ahead and get into Marewood conference play.
Schooley evens it up. Griesbach gets ahead in the count 1-2.
Each year, the conference is so strong, top to bottom. Obviously, Stratford, potentially looking at being a state team. Assumption going to state last year. The conference makes you better. So as a freshman to be on the mound pitching really says something. Kavanaugh for Assumption last year, similar boat.
The 1-2 hits the outside corner, and there's a called strike. 1 up and 1 down for Ari Kavanaugh, the second baseman. Painting the corners early is Miss Griesbach.
Doing a nice job locating both inside and out there. Kept it low on Anna. And as you may mention, very nice pinpoint control.
And tried to check her swing, went around. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by the Nakusa Port Edward State Bank. You can expect an experience filled with individualized personal care unique to you and your business. Their more than 100 years of serving the Wisconsin Rapids area makes them your neighbors, your friends, and your family. The Nakusa Port Edward State Bank, strong enough to protect you, large enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. Kavanaugh quickly behind 0-2 with Claire Nelson awaiting on deck. And Kavanaugh not looking good on those swings, strikes out on 3 pitches, and it's 2 away for Claire Nelson.
The last time I went to that Nakusa Port Edwards Bank, they told me how much they really liked me. They said my loan was outstanding, so I was impressed. I was our friends over there. We appreciate them and all of our sponsors here at Zaleski Sports.
Absolutely right. Now Claire Nelson at the plate. Hits the outside corner, shakes her head in acknowledgement, and it's 0-1 with Macy Vollard waiting on deck. Early indications that Morgan Griesbach is pretty good.
We're going to have a pitcher's duel is what the indication is.
And it's quickly 0-2.
I was just going to say, in the years that I've been watching Assumption softball, I don't remember really the last time I've seen Anna Schooley strike out, and certainly not on a called third strike, which, set the tone early, has a chance to go ahead with being ahead 0-2 to strike out the side.
This is inside off the mitt of Blomberg, and it's 1-2. Macy Vollert waits on deck for the Assumption Royals.
Claire Nelson, the recent Division II Missouri Western State commit, in the box for Assumption. Again, pretty offensively dependent on that top of the lineup for Assumption. Really would like to see Claire put one in play just to go ahead and get things started for the Royals.
The 1-2 is fouled off. Nelson staying alive. Remains 1-2. Lau, Nagel, and Katzenberger from left to right in the outfield for Auburndale. Stanton, Krings, Grimm, Anderson from third to first. Blomberg catching Griesbach here this afternoon.
One of the things that you can notice, Steve, with that wind is despite Claire's power, right field is pretty drawn in, and left field is almost on the warning track.
The 1-2 misses inside. Evens it up at 2-2.
Pretty good-sized gap between right and center field if Claire can put one in the alley. She's got good speed, in terms of just thinking where it is. But, again, the question becomes is can she pull the ball on this young pitcher?
2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. And a swing and a miss. And Griesbach strikes out the side here in the first. 3 up, 3 down for the Royals. We played an inning complete. It is Assumption 0, Auburndale 0. Watching high school softball at Zaleski Sports.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's fat bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
Danica Blomberg to lead things off here for the Auburdale Eagles in the second inning. It'll be Blomberg, Anderson, and Katzenberger for the Eagles. Macy Vollert in her second inning of work with a couple of strikeouts, and Blomberg attempts at the bunt off the mark, and it's 0-1. Delaney Hahn over at third, the young corner infielder for Assumption. Eagles in the second inning. Going to be fouled straight back. Anderson and Katzenberger for the Eagle. No balls and 2 strikes.
Making sure we did not have any technical difficulty there in terms of where it goes, and we did not, although technically we're difficult. So it's
the 0-2 from Vollert. And that's going to be popped up and out of play. As a couple of Auburndale fans were thinking it was going to fly even further behind them. But again, even that wind in foul territory and out of play could be an issue.
I'm telling you, it's anything in the air tonight is going to be very adventurous. We saw it on that first inning blooper, the Texas leaguer over Anna,
yep,
where it was interesting. She was playing in, kind of went back, turned, but that ball just seemed to blow away from her. It really is an interesting night. There's always a lot of wind at Robinson Park in general, but tonight in general, it's quite gusty.
The 0-2 from Vollert going to be fouled back off the leg of Nelson.
Right off of Nelson's foot guard, on the front of the spike there in terms of where it goes. Luckily, she had that on. If not, that would have hurt.
Unlock the best home, auto, commercial, and personal loans in the Rapids area at Key Savings Bank. No matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank is the personal touch to put you at ease. Dream big, small rates, Key Savings Bank. The 0-2 back to Blomberg. And Vollert with another strikeout, her third of the game, and there's one away here in the second inning. Now Taylor Anderson, the first baseman.
Again, Macy, one of the things that's a noticeable improvement from Macy from her sophomore to the junior year is her ability to control the ball. She's really doing a nice job of keeping it low, working it inside and out.
First offering to Taylor Anderson is going to be grounded over to Schooley. Bowell across, and not in time. And a one-out base runner here for Auburndale with a error to Schooley. Tough play for Anna, but
good speed down the line. Ball took a little bit of a hop and kind of rolled up on Anna, so instead of it getting clean out of her glove, it kind of rolled up to her chest, so it took her a second to grab it, but the speed forced the error.
Maya Katzenberger now at the plate. Regan Lau awaits on deck for the Eagles. That can be hit over to Schooley. To second for one, across, not in time. And Madison Moss able to keep it close. And there's 2 away. Katzenberger reaches on a fielder's choice, much like the first inning. There's runner at first, and 2 outs for Regan Lau, the left fielder.
We saw 4-6 in the first inning. Now we saw 6-4. So Kavanaugh and Schooley working well together with that runner on base. 2 down, top of the second inning, scoreless ball game here from Robinson Park. First Merriwood South contest for each team, correct, Steve?
I believe so.
I know that I think if I was looking at the schedule correctly, there were 3 games up in the Dome that Auburndale went up and played. And then it was New London, and they just recently beat Spencer, I think the other night, 15-0.
There's a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chesney Nagel awaits on deck. Speaking of this infield for Assumption, freshman on the corners, junior at short, and a sophomore at second. So relatively inexperienced and a young infield for the Royals. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2.
I think really only one senior on the team, center fielder Lydia Schmidt. So similar to the basketball team, again, very junior, sophomore dependent in terms of where it goes. I would think that we talked a little bit about on the broadcast on Monday. Good news is that you're young. Bad news is that, again, I think it's going to take some time, some growing pains for this team to be able to go ahead and settle in, come together.
Absolutely right. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vollert wheels home and a swing and a miss. Macy picks up 2 more strikeouts. She's got 4 on the night. We have played an inning and a half. Still scoreless here at Robinson Park. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
Macy Vollert to lead things off here for the Assumption Royals in the bottom half of inning number 2. As Morgan Griesbach mowed down the Royals in the bottom of the first. See how the Royals come back here, and the first one whips in there past Vollert for a ball, 1-0. Lydia Smits and then Lexi Stofflet for the Royals here in the second.
Griesbach threw it so hard that she actually threw herself out of her mask. Maybe it was just windy and it blew off. That could be the case too.
She does whip it in there. That was going to be hit into right center field, and a nice piece of hitting there by Macy Vollert. There's a runner on for Assumption here in the second inning.
Macy did a really nice job, kept her hands inside on an inside fastball, and just guided it up the middle of the field.
Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Runner at first, and Lydia Smits at the plate with nobody out for the Royals. Solaris customers, they've enjoyed the same low price for 5 years running. No tricks, no gimmicks, no kidding. Packages starting at $49.99 a month. Visit Solaris.net today and learn more.
Solaris always has got a good, reliable, fast service. We've been a long-term customer really since we've been in Wisconsin Rapids. Been very happy with them. Excellent customer service. Strongly recommend Solaris.
No balls and a strike. Help us put on a lot of our broadcasts all over the city. Squares the bunt, pops it up, and out of play, I believe, and it's 0-2. They got us crammed up here like sardines, so I couldn't really see around here. Are you sleeping, Olivia? No. Oh, she's trying to block the sun.
As Manfred would say, she's blinded by the light at this point.
No balls and 2 strikes here to Lydia Smits. And got her on the inside corner. Really pounded that inside corner against Smits. And there's one away here for Lexi Stofflet, the right fielder.
That unsuccessful bunt attempt at 0-1 kind of buried her in a hole a little bit. So, again, early season at bats for the Royals, but I think that's one where Coach Nelson would have really liked to have seen Macy be advance the runner on that at a minimum with the senior up.
Lexi Stofflet, the right fielder at the plate. First at bat this year for Lexi. Was not at the game on Monday. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Good cut there by Lexi, and there's even it up at a ball and a strike. Vollert at first with one out. Griesbach readjusts and fires home. 2-1 to Stofflet.
Griesbach's, is it fair to say small in stature? But she really uses her body well. She has a great push and throws the ball very hard, especially for a freshman. As she grows into her body, she's going to be impressive for years to come in the Marywood, I think.
Yeah, you just saw it there. A spinner from Griesbach as pounds the strike zone with the fastballs and can really throw you off kilter on the off-speed pitches. The 3-1. Got her on the strike. 3-2 now. Get back even, or get the count back full for Griesbach. Madison Moss awaits on deck. Vollert stands at first with one out. And missed inside for the walk. So 2 on and 1 out here for Madison Moss. Good at bat there by Lexi Stofflet. And now Madison Moss, the first baseman.
Now batting number 33, first baseman Madison Moss.
Since 2005, Metallico has been one of North America's largest secondary aluminum billet producers. Hear more about Metallico here in just a moment. Madison Moss at the plate. Good swing and misses there.
Madison hit the ball hard on Monday night, Steve. Especially as she got a little bit more comfortable against Sevastopol. She had several balls she put on the right-hand side of the field of play. Did not see one successfully go through, but definitely can swing the ball or swing the bat.
Attempts at the bunt and misses, and it's 0-2. Jess Norton awaits on deck. Metallico offers hundreds of jobs to the Wisconsin Rapids area. Your next career is just a call or stop away. Learn more about working at Metallico at metallico.com or stop in to apply at their plant in Wisconsin Rapids. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. Griesbach went right at her. Didn't mess around, and there's 2 away. 5th strikeout of the game for Morgan Griesbach.
Number 25.
2 on, 2 out now for Jess Norton.
So you got to figure with 2 outs now and Macy on second base, Coach Nelson's going to be pretty aggressive. Anything on the grass, we're going to probably see a play at the plate.
First one misses just inside, and it's 1-0. Delaney Hahn awaits on deck for Assumption. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the second.
Just another freshman for Assumption playing minutes.
The 1-0. Missed inside, backed her away.
I guess technically innings. But, again, we talk a little bit in terms of where it goes as a designated hitter or designated player. Again, yet another young ball player for the Royals.
The 2-0. Outside corner, good for a strike, 2-1. Back her up a little bit on the inside pitches and then come right back on the outside corner, and that's a sign of a veteran player as Griesbach just a freshman. The 2-1. Going to be hit over to second. That's Grimm, and that'll end the second inning. No runs, a hit, and 2 runners left on base for Assumption. We have played 2 complete. Still scoreless here in Wisconsin Rapids. Back after this, Oleski Sports.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care Plus, work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement open Monday through Saturday to serve you and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
Chesney Nagel to lead things off. 9-1-2 here for the Eagles in the top of the third innings. Get you some score updates here from around the Zaleski Sports Network. From Schofield, DC Everest 2, Eau Claire North 1. DC Everest last night against Spash got no hit by Ty Reckner, the UW Stevens Point commit. Ty is a big human being. He is a... There's a swing and miss. If you see Ty Reckner play this spring or this summer for the Plover Black Sox Legion team, he's a big guy. Really, really good athlete too.
Newman and Stratford are tied at 1-1. It appears to be in the second innings over on the broadcast network in another Merriwood South battle.
Yeah, that game was locations offering home. Is going to be popped up. Shallow center. Smits diving and makes the catch. Lydia Smits goes to the ground and makes the catch in center field. And the senior coming through for the Royals here in the third.
I'm always, every time we see Lydia play, I'm taken back to the 2022 state run when at Ullman she made that grab against Blair Taylor over her shoulder. Lydia has a knack for making that tough catch, and especially on a windy day, a heck of a play by her to record the first out.
One away from Maya Krings. The first one misses low for a ball, 1-0. Jaglinski, Smits, and Stofflet from left to right. Hahn, Schooley, Kavanaugh, and Moss from third to first for Assumption, with Nelson, of course, catching for Vollerts. And Macy behind, 2-0 now to Maya Krings here in the third inning.
So far, this is not something we've seen out of Macy this year. She's been pounding the strike zone and been way ahead in the count. So to be behind in the last two batters is a little bit unusual, but once again finds that rhythm and brings it to 2 balls and a strike.
Morgan Griesbach awaits on deck for Auburndale. It'll be line to left. That's trouble. It's going to one-hop the wall, and Krings will stand at second with a one-out double. A rocket off the bat of Krings. Drifted into that corner, and a little bit higher and a little bit stronger. May have been the first home run of the year out of Robinson Park.
Yeah, right down the line. That ball essentially landed on the warning track in front of Bob Berghauser out there. It looks like it in terms of where it goes. But, yeah, just a nice ball that I think Macy left up a little bit. Krings did a nice job in turning it. So first runner in scoring position, I think, in the ball game for Auburndale.
Correct. Now Griesbach singled back in the first. Auburndale has had base runners in every inning. Single by Griesbach. She got retired on a ground out on the fielder's choice. Anderson reached on an error and was retired at second as well. The 1-0 to Morgan. Be lifted to left. Jaglinski backing up, and it's over her head. Again on the warning track. They're going to send Krings. The throw will be made, and Griesbach will head to third on the throw. An RBI double for Morgan Griesbach. And Auburndale's got the lead. Krings scores. Griesbach to third on the throw from Schooley.
Another ball that had significant carry on off the bat of the Eagles. Back-to-back hard hit balls.
And now Breedley Grimm grounded out to second her first time. That one's going to be hit hard to right. Stofflet comes in, makes the catch. The throw home up the line. And Griesbach will score on the sacrifice fly. 2 in here in the inning for Auburdale. And it's 2-0 Auburdale. And Charlie Nelson out to have a conversation with his infield. With that, we'll hear from Maida Custom Apparel in Stevens Point. They provide quality decorated apparel from hometown schools and summer teams to corporate and team outings, along with promotional items and sporting goods. That's Maida Custom Apparel in Stevens Point. 2-0 Auburndale here in the second on 2 hard hit balls to left and a hard hit ball to right that was hung up just a little bit to Stofflet in right. 2 out now for Sammy Stanton. That could be hit hard to first and just foul. Just foul down that first base line.
You know, Sammy has got obviously good power on the season. A season ago, really was a consistent hitter for the Eagles squad. Good contact and offense all the way up and down this Eagles lineup.
The 0-1. We hit hard to left down the third baseline and foul. 0-2. Lost a couple of lost a really good senior national in Grimm from a year ago. I was at their regional final in Auburndale. She told me that it was their first regional final championship in Auburndale softball history last year.
Wow.
So, and pulls it again, and it's 0-2. So that was a big accomplishment for them, and hoping again for Auburndale, see what they can do in the postseason.
Obviously early in the season, but they're in the Division IV side of softball. They're a ranked team. I believe they're 8th in the state this week.
Foul straight back and remains 0-2.
Typically when you have a good pitcher, you give yourself a chance, and obviously they have enough offense where they really like the lineup back and forth. That's typically a good combination for a very successful softball season.
0-2 now. Fires home, and Vollert picks up a strikeout, her 5th strikeout of the night. But Auburndale scores twice on a couple of hits, and they don't leave any on. We've played 2.5. It's 2-0 Auburndale. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool, tuition. We're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life. How may we help you?
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Delaney Honda lead things off here for Assumption in the bottom of the third inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Royals here. Getting early to speak about postseason, but as Paul mentioned on Monday, it's really a 4.5 week season at this point, with the playoffs starting in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So
well, and then you start looking at, like, next Tuesday, the weather forecast is for rain. Some fields will take it better than others in terms of where it goes. So you're talking 4 weeks, providing you don't lose any more days.
Hahn a bunt, to Griesbach to throw to first. And Morgan makes a sensational play for the first out.
Yeah, so, again, back to talking about, that we're obviously it's April, but you're talking a little bit of postseason. So in Auburndale sectional, they're in with Stratford. So, again, you're going to end up with another Marewood South Conference matchup there. Loyal Greenwood always is a tough cooperative that'll come out of the Clover Belt. They're in with Edgar, Marathon. But you got to figure that kind of the power of that is going to be Auburndale and Stratford. On the other side of that, they go southwest. So Blair Taylor is traditionally a state power. Bangor is in with that. That's another team that's had a nice run. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Osteo Fairchild is also another team that is typically pretty solid.
Yep.
So, again, tough sectional for Auburndale, but they appear to have a real shot at it.
1 ball and 1 strike to Anna Schooley. Griesbach, long look in. Steps in and fires. Tried to check her swing. Said she went around, and it's 1-2.
Anna got caught looking the first go-round. Looking to be a little bit more aggressive on that, but unfortunately got caught on an inside ball that tried to check her swing and could not do it.
1 ball and 2 strikes to the Royals junior shortstop. Griesbach, the 1-2. And swung on and missed. 6th strikeout for Griesbach, and there's 2 away here in the 3rd inning for Ari Kavanaugh.
24, second baseman Ari Kavanaugh.
2-0 Auburndale playing the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Kavanaugh was also the victim of a strikeout in the 1st inning.
Griesbach fires home. Going to be hit and just foul right over the head of Anderson. And it's 0-1.
With Ari's speed, that had double written all over it in terms of where it goes. It was just over the head of the first baseman. Another, I think you called it a Texas leaguer, a seeing eye signal in terms of where it was. But where that ball landed and then bounced, I think you would have seen Ari try to get second on that.
The 0-1. There's a strike off the glove of Blomberg, and it's 0-2.
It's always a tough feeling as an umpire. So as a guy that's called pitches for 15 years, when you get that strike and the catcher does not catch it for you, it's a tough feeling. It's a tough look. Definitely a strike, by the way.
Yeah.
No hate mail in the chat. Definitely a strike.
The 0-2, and Griesbach blows it right past Kavanaugh with a couple more strikeouts in the inning. 7 through 3. We've played 3. It's 2-0 Auburndale. Back after this, Selesky Sports.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Danica Blomberg to lead things off here in the visitor half of the 4th inning. Just offering to Blomberg, misses high and out. Danica, strikeout victim, back in the 2nd inning. Blomberg, Anderson, and Katzenberger for the Eagles. As Vollard wheels and deals. Popped up behind home plate, and it's going to fall out of play. Look out, everybody back there, and it's 1-1.
Claire Nelson doing her best Catwoman impersonation, but unfortunately just was not able to get high enough on the fence to be able to field that one.
A ball and a strike. Wind continues to blow straight out, or or from right to left across the diamond here at Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids. 1-1 offers at a bunt and misses, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Danica Blomberg. There have been 18 outs. 18 outs recorded in this game. 12 of them have been strikeouts. Now it's going to be popped up. Shallow left. There's going to be a base hit for Blomberg here in the 4th inning to lead things off for the Eagles.
It's an interesting ball with the way the wind is blowing across left to right. They've got Jaglinski playing deep and left. That's a ball where, unfortunately, it creates a pretty noticeable gap between the shortstop and left fielder. But with the wind conditions being what they are, tough to go ahead and further manage those balls.
Throw down to second was just off the mark, and a stolen base for Blomberg. Taylor Anderson at the plate as Danica Blomberg takes second base.
Appeared to be a nice throw by Nelson. Ball bounced loose, so somewhere mishandled, whether it be by Schooley or perhaps it even bounced a little bit. We're a little bit of a far away, so but appeared to be a nice throw anyway. Look at it, Auburnale with the runner in scoring position.
The 0-1 is bunted back to Vollerton. Macy throws it over the head of Kavanaugh. Coming in to score will be Blomberg. Going to second, and she's going to be safe. Will be Anderson. So Taylor Anderson reaches on the E1, and Blomberg scores. Anderson heads to second on the 2-base error. 3-0 Auburndale.
So the bunt was right back to Vullard. I thought maybe Macy would consider turning and trying to get that runner at third. Decided to take the out at first. Ball just slipped on her, maybe a little bit of a cold ball, but the ball just slipped on her. And unfortunately for Assumption, overthrow, runner on second base, runner scored. It's 3-0 deficit here in the top of the 4th inning.
Katzenberger missed at a bunt. The 0-1 from Vollert squares again and offers at it again and misses again. And it's 0-2 to Katzenberger with Regan Lau waiting on deck. Runner at second, nobody out here in the 4th. Eagles lead 3-0. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. And striker number 6 for Vollert. And there's one away for Regan Lau here in the 4th.
Really nice job by Vollert to grab her composure after that error. Could have let one play affect another one. Pretty mentally strong there to be able to come back, get an important strikeout, keep that runner at second base.
Wheels and deals misses just a bit high, and it's 1-0.
Lau is the 8 hitter in the Auburndale lineup, so Macy having a chance to work through the bottom of the lineup, seeing if she can keep away from Krings, the leadoff hitter.
The 1-0. Squares the bunt, offers at it, fouls it. It's 1-1. It's one thing that with this dirt compared to Assumption just playing at the turf fields over at Lincoln High School on Monday, once that ball hits that dirt, it's really not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay put for a majority of this, or on a majority of this infield. The 1-1 squared to bunt, pulled it back, is strike anyway, 1-2.
We talked about that on Monday, so if you remember right, there was a bunt. It actually bounced off of the turf, and Claire actually picked it up at about her waist level. That is not going to be the case on this dirt.
The 1-2. This is high and away, 2-2. Reminder, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Wisconsin River Orthopedics. They encourage you to stop living with the pain. Come see them and let's get you back to living your life to the fullest. For joint pain, rehabilitation, urgent care, more, come to Wisconsin River Orthopedics in Wisconsin Rapids. Count runs full now to Lau for Auburndale.
So we saw Vollert throw 4 innings in the Sevastopol game. Then she was pulled for Kavanaugh. With the doubleheader tonight, you would assume that this first game is Macy's, and in the second game we'll probably most likely see Ari. Is that what you would?
I would think so.
I would think that'd be kind of the way to go. But they did split the other night, so it's kind of something to keep in mind.
Absolutely. And now Chesney Nagel. Fly out. Oh, it's fouled at the plate. Nagel flew out to center on the great play by Lydia Smits back in the third inning. That inning could have been even worse if Lydia didn't make that nice catch. Runner at second and 2 outs. High strike, and it's 0-2. Inning started off with a base hit by Blomberg, error or a stolen base, and then an error by Vollerts. And then back-to-back strikeouts for Macy. The 0-2. Going to be hit over to Schooley, and she bobbles it again. Another error by Anna Schooley. And now the top of the order here for Auburndale with 2 outs.
Nice luxury for Coach Schulte is that both times up, his number 9 hitter, Nagel, has done a really nice job of hitting the ball hard and putting it in play. So up comes the top of the order with runners on first and second, 2 outs with Maya Krings, who is, I believe, 1 for 2 on the game. She's got a double and a strikeout.
Yeah, smacked one into the left field corner back in the third inning with Morgan Griesbach waiting on deck. Runners at first and second. Auburndale could blow this one open here with 2 outs in the fourth. As Vollard paints the corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. The ball and a strike for Macy. Takes a deep breath. Gets you some score updates here from out on the network in just a little bit.
Last time we checked in, Columbus had a lead 4-0 on Neilsville. I believe that was in the second inning over in Neilsville in girls softball.
Jason Zaleski doing that one for us.
The final boss.
The 2-1 now. Gonna be hit way out in front by Krings. Again, game 1 of 2 here tonight. Baseball over at Buchel tonight as well. Get you that score, Lakeland and Pacelli. The 2-2. Missed tie. Count runs full. Runners will have a go on the pitch start here for the Eagles. Pacelli lost last night to Pittsville. Big conference baseball game last night. Pittsville now got to be one of the clear favorites to win that conference. The 3-2. Swung on and missed, and a big strikeout for Vollerts to get Krings to leave 2 stranded. Macy ends up striking out the side here in the fourth. We have played 3.5. Time to get up and stretch here in Wisconsin Rapids. It's 3-0 Auburdale. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin.
Business owners share so many challenges, but there's one challenge that has an easy solution. Branding your business with creative graphics and a plethora of effective print marketing options is as easy as Quality Plus Printing. With over 30 years of marketing expertise and a track record of happy customers, you can trust in Quality Plus Printing to develop the perfect brand for you. As a business owner, you have enough to focus on. Give yourself a break and trust in Quality Plus Printing on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids, or find us at qpprinting.com. That's qpprinting.com.
Claire Nelson to lead things off here for Assumption in the home half of the fourth inning. Halfway through this one already from Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Sparhawk Trucking. They've become one of the area's leading trucking companies, reliably hauling for over 44 years. Come work for the best and learn more at SparhawkTrucking.com.
You know, they're one sponsor that always delivers a great ad. On time, good opportunity there for an opportunity for employment. If you're a driver, check out Sparhawk Trucking.
1 ball and 1 strike to Claire Nelson, strikeout victim back in the first. That could be chopped at the plate, and it's going to roll foul and stay put in foul territory. 1-2 now to Claire, Macy Vollert, and then Lydia Smits for the Royals here in the fourth.
3-4-5 in the lineup. A great opportunity to go ahead and perhaps put a runner on base early with Nelson going ahead and leading it off.
Macy, the lone hit so far tonight for Assumption, waits on deck. And Nelson strikes out. 8th strikeout for Griesbach, and the 1, 2, and 3 hitters in the Assumption lineup have struck out 6 times. Schooley, Kavanaugh, and Nelson have both struck out twice, and now Macy Vollert, who singled back in the second inning. And got her all twisted up and swung over the top, and it's 0-1. No balls and a strike. Lydia Smits waits on deck. 3-0 Auburdale, bottom of the fourth. High outside strike, and it's quickly 0-2. And this is where Griesbach can get you because she's got a lot to work with. Steps in, the 0-2. And they said that she went around, tried to check her swing. Macy didn't agree. And there's 2 away now for Lydia Smits.
Did a really nice job of changing height on that one with Griesbach. Griesbach did there, where she worked her low to start the count and then went up and got her with strike 3 on the high strike.
And that time tried to check her swing. The base umpire said that she went around. No balls and a strike now to Smits.
No balls. 0-1.
The 0-1. Inside corner is 0-2.
Again, Griesbach does a really good job working inside out, up, down for a freshman. Pinpoint control, very impressive. And again, not a big in stature kid, but she really throws hard and does a good job of really working her entire body into that pitch.
The 0-2 and 3 more strikeouts here in the fourth. 10 for Griesbach. We've played 4 completes. 3-0 Auburdale. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
You couldn't possibly go through all this stuff by yourself, especially since Dad isn't as young and mobile as he used to be. You know, I'd love to help if I had more time between work, kids, and their activities. Have you considered getting any help?
I'd love to, but I don't know who to call.
Kosho & Kosho, removal and recycling services for seniors, handicaps, and those who need help. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. From painting, landscaping, moving, chores, and more. Please give David a call at 715-323-5762.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Morgan Griesbach to lead things off here for Auburndale. 2 for 2 tonight. Single and a double for Morgan. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the fifth. Macy Vollert with 8 strikeouts. Morgan Griesbach with 10. So out of the 24 outs tonight, 18 strikeouts combined. The 1-0 is good for a strike in the inside corner, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Whether you need residential, commercial, or industrial electrical work, you can rely on Econ Electric, where every job is done safe, done right, on time, every time. It's Econ Electric. The 1-1. Going to be lifted to right center field again. Kavanaugh able to go out and make the catch with a foot inside or on the grass. And there's one away.
Nikon Electric has shockingly low prices as well, Steve. So it's definitely a company you want to check out if you have to have some work done.
Breeley Grimm, fielder's choice, and a sacrifice fly tonight for Breeley.
You could say they're wired to take care of it. So
going to be hit right back up the middle, and Breeley's going to be on for the second time tonight. And there's one away for Sammy Stanton.
That ball took a little bit of a nasty hop and caught Lydia in the shoulder, which is interesting. Luckily for Lydia, it hit her in the shoulder to stay in front of her. If not, that ball takes a weird late hop and gets over her head. Unfortunately for Lydia, it also took a weird hop and hit her in the shoulder.
Yeah.
So.
And cold days like today, it's going to sting, especially late in game number 2. Sammy Stanton lines this one to left field. Couple of hard-hit base hits here in the 5th. And there's 2 on and 1 out now for Danica Blomberg. Singled her last time up as well.
Number 3, catcher Danica Blomberg.
2 on, 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
One of the things that's noticeably impressive about this Eagles lineup from top to bottom is each of the players does a good job of putting the ball in play, and they hit it hard across the board. Like I said, Nagel specifically at the bottom of the lineup has hit the ball hard twice as the 9-hitter.
Blomberg swings and misses at that one. 0-1. Taylor Anderson on deck. She's reached a couple of times via a couple of errors. Royals have committed 3 so far tonight.
Be interesting to see on an infield fly, if it happens to get to that particular portion, on a windy day like today, what they would consider to be routine and ordinary on a game like today.
No balls and 2 strikes. 1 away here for Danica Blomberg. Runners at first and second with 1 out. High and tight to Blomberg.
Good job by Macy with being up 0-2, trying to go ahead and see if maybe she would chase a high inside one, trying to go ahead and retire that runner. I think it's important you keep runners at first and second. 3 runs against a pitcher like Grisbach feels like a lot, but anything more than that feels like it's a big uphill battle for Assumption.
Nice off-speed pitch there by Vollard. She's got 9 strikeouts with 2 outs now for Taylor Anderson. Reached on an error by Schooley in the second. Reached on an error by Vollard in the 4th. 2 on, 2 out now for Anderson. Katzenberger awaits on deck. There's a swing and a miss at a high fastball, and it's 0-1. Right back with you tomorrow morning over at the Wisconsin Rapids Area Sports Complex. Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln looking to get back on the winning side of things in baseball and softball. It's a high one, misses. Softball will host La Crosse Central at 11 a.m. in a doubleheader. Olivia and I will be over for Lincoln baseball. They'll host Rhinelander starting at 11 a.m. A lot of doubleheaders tomorrow. Check them all out at ZaleskySports.com. That one misses. 2-1.
An interesting score, Steve, over in Wausau, where Newman is leading Stratford, I believe, 6-2. I'm not sure of the inning on that, but that's got to be 4th, 5th inning, so that's a little bit of an upset brewing.
That one misses outside. 3-1.
Well, I guess you're early in the season. I'm not sure you consider it an upset or not, but I would think, considering what the expectations for Stratford are and that Stratford's a division bigger, that's an upset. Although Newman has been in sectionals the last couple years, once again, paired with Pacelli.
3-1 rip to center, and Smits, the sure-handed center fielder, makes the catch. No runs, couple of hits, 2 more left on for Auburdale. We have played 4.5. To the bottom of the 5th we go. It'll be Stofflet, Moss, Norton after this on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Lexi Stofflet at the plate.
31, right fielder Lexi Stofflet.
Lexi walked back in the second inning. Madison Moss waits on deck, and then Jess Norton for the Royals here in the bottom of the fifth. And Griesbach hits Stofflet on the shoulder, and Lexi will reach base for the second time this game. Runner at first and nobody out for Madison Moss.
So at 3-0 in the bottom of the fifth, Assumption gets a leadoff runner to go ahead and start it. We'll see if Coach Nelson's asks Madison Moss to go ahead and lay down the bunt.
Squares and fouls it at the plates. Griesbach whips that ball in there, and it is got to be very, very difficult to try and bunt on a ball that is coming as fast as Morgan's is. That is a little terrifying. Stofflet from first. Swings and misses at that one, and it's 0-2. Jess Norton awaits on deck for Assumption, then Delaney Hahn. The 0-2. Has fouled into the mitt, and there's one away. Striker number 11 for Griesbach. One away for Jess Norton.
Norton hit a ball to the second baseman the first time up. Good job making contact. Put it to the opposite side. We'll see if she can go ahead and put the ball in play here again.
Swing on a miss there. 0-1 to Norton. Delaney Hahn awaits on deck.
By the way, Steve, you weren't kidding when you talk about the action on Zaleski Sports tomorrow. Starting at 10 a.m., it's a full day of baseball, softball. Spring sports are in full effect.
Yeah, Assumption up in Mosinee tomorrow. Popped up in foul territory off the glove. It is in foul territory. Yep, it's 0-2 now as Blomberg was trying to make the play, but it's much easier, as you heard somebody yell, call her off. That's a much easier play for Sammy Stanton to make than Danica Blomberg, and there's 0-2.
But again, Steve, I will tell you, there is nothing routine or easy with this win today. You can see that ball really move and be pushed, and it just kept drifting and drifting.
The 0-2 to Norton. Got her looking on the outside corner for out number 2.
For those at home, because you weren't maybe looking up the line or what have you, the catcher was standing in foul territory, touched that ball. So even though it rolled into fair territory, if it's first touched in foul territory, hence why foul ball versus the opportunity to reach. So just as an FYI, I'm not sure. We had a good camera angle on the line, but just to make sure that the folks watching at home had a chance to look at that.
Missed Hahn on that one, 1-0. Yeah, Assumption right back at it tomorrow morning up in Mosinee. Doubleheader against the Indians. Just swing and a miss.
Division III state ranked, or Division II state ranked Mosinee. The schedule does not get any easier for this young Royals team.
And then 2 doubleheaders over at the Quadplex tomorrow. Doubleheader in Winneconne for Pacelli. Mike Wendland will head over to Winneconne. Doubleheader in Marshfield against Menominee. Doubleheader at Spash against Watertown for baseball. A lot of games tomorrow. Check them all out. Zaleski Sports.
Coach Terpstra appears to really go ahead and have another loaded team as Spash is ranked in baseball year in, year out. Spash, they never really rebuild. They just reload. They're an impressive program he's got built over there.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Hahn. And Griesbach strikes out the side again here in the 5th. 13 for Morgan Griesbach. We've played 5 complete. 3-0 Auburdale. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Buy 3 Goodyear tires and 1 is free has been extended at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Plus, get up to $200 back on 4 installed Goodyear tires when you use the Goodyear credit card. Buy 3 and 1 is free in March at Sherrill Tire and Auto. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Leading off for Auburndale, number 24, right fielder Maya Katzenberger.
Maya Katzenberger will lead things off here for the Eagles in the 6th inning. Katzenberger, Lau, and Nagel for the Eagles against Macy Vollert. Macy 9 strikeouts again tonight. Has given up a number of hits and a couple of runs, but has gone toe-to-toe with Morgan Griesbach. Schooley stays low on that one, and it's going to be caught by Moss for the first out. 1 up and 1 down on 1 pitch. Now Regan Lau, a couple of strikeouts tonight for Regan.
Nice pitch and catch between Schooley and Moss there.
Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com and find an agent near you. Nobody on, 1 away. Outside corner, good for a strike, 0-1. Chesney Nagel on deck for Auburndale. Top of the order, 2 up next for Assumption in the the bottom of the 6th inning. Off speed misses high, 1-1. Quality Plus Printing in Wisconsin Rapids can help your business with all of your printing service needs, banners, labels, postcards, programs, and so much more, all with quality custom work, quick turnaround time, and great customer service. Visit QPprinting.com, Quality Plus Printing, getting your words out. Tell Phil that Stephen Paul sent you. Maybe he might add more money onto your bill, or he might.
Phil Hartley, obviously friend of Zaleski, really a great supporter of Assumption and Royals sports across the way. Obviously the Royals tennis coach, coming off his first state appearance last year as Sarah Shaw and Addie Vollert made it down there across the way. So again, appreciate you visiting Phil and all of our sponsors. To be honest with you, again, without you watching and our sponsors, we would not be able to bring you sports here.
The 1-2 to Moss. Or the 1-2 grounded to Moss. And there's 2 away here in the 6th inning.
Madison did a nice job keeping her head down on that. Again, the choppers, I think you saw everything was very smooth on Monday night, Steve, with the turf. Then you come to the dirt field, things just bounce or maybe don't bounce, depending on whichever you look at it a little differently. And the first offering now to Chesney Nagel is swung on a miss, has reached base once. As Paul mentioned, has hit the ball hard twice for Auburndale, to center and to short in her 2 plate appearances. The 0-1 misses high, evens it up at a ball and a strike. It took a spectacular grab by Lydia Smith, and Smith on her first at-bat to keep her off the base paths. But really a nice job putting the ball in play for, in Division 4, Division 5, you don't really know what you're going to get at the bottom of your lineup, but Nagel's doing a really nice job down there for the Eagles.
Fowler just misses a tad away. Get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH20.com. That's CulliganH20.com. The 2-1, again, beautiful off-speed pitch misses as Nagel misses. 2-2 now to Chesney. Reminder after this game, stick around. I know for baseball they give them about 20, 25 minutes, even maybe a half hour as we saw last week. And that was going to be line to backhanded by Schooley across, and that one going to get past. And now the throw to second is not going to be there. So Nagel will reach on an infield base hit and then get to second on the error. So a base hit for Nagel. And then a errant throw. That was a heck of a play by Anna Schooley. Just unable to connect with Moss. And now back to the top of the order, Maya Krings. But this is just game one. We got another whole game after this for you. Here from Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids.
In the third innings, Krings just missed a home run shot to left field on a ball that was just tattooed down the line that landed on the warning track. Again, the Eagles looking for a little Kerry Van Aert insurance run here, I think, coming up here, Steve. So, again, bottom of the sixth. I was just thinking the other night against Sevastopol, Assumption scored 2 runs. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
They had one early in the game, and they had the one that they pushed across late in the ball game. So we've seen this Royal team now in 12 complete innings, with 2 total runs, facing, I think, 2 good pitchers. Yeah. But you can definitely see the difference in the lineup from last year to this year. Young hitters are going to have to go ahead and find a way to put some of those balls in place.
That one is swung on and missed. 2-2 to Krings.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Feels like it should be the second inning, but it's not. So, top of 6th inning here, 3-0 Eagles over Royals.
Just missed a bit outside. 3-2. Morgan Griesbach awaits on deck. The wind has slowed a little bit. The wind that is still right to left. See the flag out in center or left center field. Going to be hit over to Hahn at third. Nice play by Delaney. And retires Krings. Delaney Hahn, a nice play over at the hot corner. We have played 5.5. Auburdale leaves another runner left. We've played 5.5. 3-0 Eagles. Back after this. Zaleski Sports.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's fat bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
Top of the order due up next here for Assumption in the bottom of the 6th inning. Schooley, Kavanaugh, and Nelson against Griesbach. First offering misses low and away.
So far in 6 combined at-bats, Schooley, Kavanaugh, and Nelson are 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts. So we'll see if they can go ahead and solve the mystery in the third time around.
The last time through the order, there's going to be a foul at the plates. The last time through the order for Griesbach, 1 through 9, she had 8 strikeouts.
That is a pretty good percentage.
The only one that she did not strike out was Lexi Stofflet, who she hit with a pitch. The 1-1. High and away to Anna. Pick up all your pets' favorites from Fleet Farm. Find everything from food and treats to toys and health products under one roof from all the brands you trust. Dogs or cats, they've got you covered. Shop your pets' everyday essentials at Fleet Farm. The 2-1 to Anna. Going to be lifted to left. Back on it, it's Lau. Still drifting back. That's trouble, and it's going to hit off the bottom of the wall. And a leadoff double for Anna Schooley, and that one gets past. And don't want to make the first out at third base. That one got past the third baseman, Stanton. And a leadoff double there for Anna Schooley.
Schooley did a really nice job, got a waist-high fastball and was able to turn on it. In the wind, that ball perhaps looked to be a little bit more routine, and it drifted and just landed at the base of the fence, probably 208 feet on a 210-foot fence. But the Royals with a leadoff double here with something cooking in the top of the second, or the top of the sixth.
As first offering to Kavanaugh is a low and away strike, and it's 0-1. Claire Nelson awaits on deck. First hard hit ball that Griesbach has given up. She gave up a base hit to Macy Vollert to right center in the second inning, and then she just blew it past Kavanaugh, and it's 0-2.
Royals would love to see Kavanaugh get on base and bring up Nelson with an opportunity to go ahead and tie the ball game with just a swing of the bat.
No balls and 2 strikes to Ari Kavanaugh. Schooley stands at second with nobody out.
Over in Wausau, that's now 6-5, Newman over Stratford.
And Kavanaugh looks at a strike on the outside corner. And there's one away here in the 6th. 14th strikeout for Morgan Griesbach.
And Morgan did a terrific job just attacking Kavanaugh. Kind of gave her the old approach, which is here it is. If you can hit it, here it is. If you can see it, hit it.
And Coach Schulte out to have a conversation. Reminder that tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Rapid Sheet Metal. As the weather warms up, look to Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling here in Wisconsin Rapids. They got more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling today. As well as Carrie Van Ert. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Ert, State Farm on auto, homeowners, life insurance, renters, and more for both Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield. Find Carrie Van Ert, State Farm on Facebook. Get started today. See if we can get you a score from Camden Yards. They may not have started yet, or it got rained out. One of the two. No, 6:05, Brewers and Orioles. Jackson Holiday and Jackson Churio, the two youngest Major League Baseball players going at it tonight. Jackson Churio, of course, for the Brewers. Jackson Holiday for the Baltimore Orioles, son of longtime Colorado Rocky Matt Holiday. Pretty cool. And that was going to be lined to left, and they're going to send Schooley around, and Nelson will stand at second base. An RBI double for Claire Nelson.
So the third time through the lineup, definitely Claire saw that pitch much better. Outside ball that she did a good job of keeping her hands in and just took it to left field for a double. Royals on the board, now down 2-1. Nelson sitting at second base, another hit by Macy, and you're right back in this ball game.
Macy Vollert at the plate, a single and a strikeout tonight for Macy. One out, bottom of the 6th. Griesbach wheels and deals. Outside corner gets a strike call just past 6 o'clock here in central Wisconsin. Steve Mays, Paul Jaglinski, Olivia Zimmerman from Robinson Park here in Wisconsin Rapids. Merriwood South girls softball tonight.
First time through the lineup in the second inning, Macy started off with a base hit up the middle, which was Assumption's first hit in the ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of 6, 3-1 Eagles with the lead. Royals threatening with Schooley across and Nelson on second base.
Griesbach looks into Blomberg. Takes a deep breath and fires home. He popped up in play. Blomberg cannot make the play. Again, very difficult play as the catcher with the ball usually going back towards the field of play. And Blomberg just unable to corral it. Vollert to extra life here.
And again, Steve, you cannot. I think you can see the flag on the background, but you cannot stress enough just how challenging it is today with the wind whipping to go ahead and catch that ball, especially for the catcher who just needs to take that mask off, locate it, and get back.
The 1-2, and Vollert swings and misses, and there's 2 away here in the 6th inning for Lydia Smits.
Number 8, center fielder Lydia Smits.
Runner at second and 2 outs for Lydia.
The lone senior for the Royals, great opportunity for her to come up and put one in play. see if you can get the Assumption a little bit closer.
0-1 to Smits.
Lydia's got 2 Ks on the day in both the first and fourth. Is that right?
Second and fourth.
Second and fourth. There you go.
Runner at second and 2 outs. High and away for Smits. Evens it up, add a ball and a strike. Reminder, this is just game 1. We got another game after this for you here on Zaleski Sports. Auburndale and Assumption in game 2 tonight. At the conclusion of this game, that was going to be knuckled over to second. Grimm steps, and that'll end the 6th inning for Assumption. Offensively, they get a run across on a couple of doubles. They leave one stranded. We've played 6 complete. New score, Auburndale 3, Assumption 1. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
Morgan Griesbach to lead things off here in the visitor half of the 7th inning. And a reminder that tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Wood Street Rentals. For any size job, when you need equipment, look to Wood Street Rentals, offering a great variety of rental equipment to help you get the job done with delivery service to any job site. That's Wood Street Rentals. 2, 3, and 4 due up here for the Eagles in the 7th. Now it's going to be hit hard again off the glove of Schooley. And a leadoff base hit for Morgan Griesbach, doing it all tonight for the Eagles in game 1.
And showing nice range to be able to go ahead and knock that ball down. Really a nice looking swing by Griesbach. She kind of just, to your point, Steve, she's definitely been the most valuable player in this particular ball game, with not only on the mound, but had a nice day at the plate as well.
Yeah, 3 for 4 at the plate, and 15 strikeouts. Squares the bunt. And bunts it foul, and Breeley's got to be careful that she doesn't step on home plate when she bunts.
Exciting day for the freshman. Again, bright future for Morgan.
Not be surprised, even if Breeley misses, that Griesbach could be off. There she goes, a swing and the miss. And it hits Griesbach. And Morgan takes second base, and no appeal or anything from the Assumption side, as Breeley Grimm stood right in front of Claire Nelson as she threw the ball.
I think a pretty fortunate break for the Royals that ball hit Morgan. If not, that ball is going to get into right center field as it hit her on the second base side of it, of the line. You might see her at third or perhaps even scoring a run.
And that was going to be lined into right field. And a base hit, and now they're going to send Griesbach. The throw home is going to be cut off. Miscommunication by the Royals, and Griesbach scores on the base hit. RBI base hit for Breeley Grimm. You saw Ari Cavanaugh cleats kind of got stuck in the sand at second. Otherwise, she may have had a little bit of a better shot at that ball.
You know, again, that's another example. Freshman in right, sophomore at second base. Where the cut goes in terms of where it goes early in the season. I think that Coach Nelson and Coach Schill will definitely continue to rep that over the course of the season. But early on, that's an important play as Assumption or as Auburndale picks up an important run, and more importantly, no outs, has still a runner on first base.
Now Sammy Stanton lines that one to center. That one's going to fall in front of Smits. And the hit parade continues here in the 7th for Auburndale.
Nice piece of running by Grimm on that as well, as that was kind of in-between liner that Grimm had made a great read on.
Reminder that tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by SC Swiderski and SCS Apartment or Home. It's where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. Pitching change here for Assumption. Olivia, we'll take one quick 30-second break, come back with the pitching change here for you on Zaleski Sports.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
Back at it here at Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids. Ari Kavanaugh, the new pitcher. Kavanaugh and Vollerts just switched spots for Danica Blomberg now. Bunts it, fouls it. 0-1. Nobody out, still here in the 7th.
9 strikeouts, no walks. A nice day on the mound for Macy Vollert, battling this tough Auburndale lineup up and down all day long. No, we're not really quite sure what the final total of earned runs, but the two on base are obviously Macy's responsibility. But overall, a pretty solid outing again for Macy Vollert on the year.
Bunted foul again, and it's 0-2 for Blomberg. Yeah, 9 strikeouts in both of her outings. Had 9 against Sevastopol on Monday in 4 innings. She had 9 and 7 tonight. 9 and 6 and a third, so or 6 plus. She didn't record an out here in the 7th inning.
Interesting. I always find baseball, softball coaches to have a real interesting dilemma. You know, the strategic side of it. You know, the Craig Council side of it. Let's swing for the fence all the time in terms of where it goes. Sometimes you look at it advance. So here you've got Blomberg, who's the 5 hitter for the Eagles, but runners on first and second, where if you bunt them over, you can put them in scoring position. The question is, do you allow your 5 hitter to swing away, or do you go ahead and allow to advance the runner? So always an interesting decision, a game within the game, as they say.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Kavanaugh in the circle. Fires home. And count runs full as Kavanaugh was ahead 0-2, and now count runs 3-2. Taylor Anderson awaits on deck.
Steve, I say when in doubt, shoot the 3, but that's, you know, it's not a pick, shoot the 3. Always a double staggered. So
the payoff home. He popped up, caught by Moss, and there's 1 away.
So it's an interesting play on that as well, which is, so with runners on first and second, as a umpire, you could have called that an infield fly, but it didn't. It's kind of an in-between play in terms of where it goes. It's been interesting. Obviously, Madison caught it, but that's an interesting play of if she did not, if they would have considered that an infield fly or not.
Taylor Anderson squares the bunt and misses at the first one, and it's 0-1.
Good opportunity early in the season for Assumption, or for this young Royals team, to go ahead and work on coverage. We saw against Sevastopol a bunt coverage that led to a run early, so good opportunity to go ahead and practice coverage on those early scenarios.
The 0-1 able to pull back that time, 1-1.
Great play by Claire Nelson to go ahead and scoop a low inside pitch and keep the runners from advancing.
1 ball and 1 strike here to Taylor Anderson. Hit the ball hard. Squares the bunt, offers at it again, and misses again, and it's 1-2. Taylor's been on base twice, reached via the error back in the 2nd and 4th, and lined out to Lydia Smits in center in the 5th. A ball and 2 strikes. Kavanaugh sets and fires. Good eye there by Anderson. Count runs even at 2-2. Maya Katzenberger on deck for Auburndale. The runners, Grimm and Stanton. Fouled at the plate. Remains even at 2-2.
Ari throws a little bit of a different ball than Macy. Macy throws a little bit more of a pinpoint control, a little bit more off-seed. Ari is a little bit more of a rise ball pitcher. Kind of reminds me of Ava Schill, who obviously was one of the better pitchers here for Assumption, playing over at UWGB now, but more of a similar style to what Ava was.
The 2-2 got her looking on the off-speed that time. Good changeup. First strikeout for Kavanaugh. 10th of the game for Assumption pitching. And now Maya Katzenberger reached down to fielder's choice. Struck out and grounded out for Maya here in game one. Looks at a strike in the outside corner, 0-1. Regan Lau on deck if needed for the Eagles here in the 7th. Sets and fires home. Swing on and missed. Out in front that time. And it's 0-2.
We saw Kavanaugh have a little bit of a pitch control on Monday night in terms of direction. She's been pinpoint accurate tonight so far in the 7th inning.
Kavanaugh stares in the 0-2. High and away. 1-2. Could be different surfaces. Trying to pitch on that turf is trying to get your footing right is tough.
Could be nerves. Again, could just be strike zone in terms of where it goes as she wells ahead and strikes out Katzenberger to go ahead and end the side. So in the bottom of the 7th we go with the Eagles leading the Royals 4-1. We'll be back right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool, tuition. We're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life. How may we help you?
Stofflet to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th for Assumption. She's been on base twice, has walked, and has been hit by a pitch. Royals 3 hits tonight, 1 in the 2nd and 2 in the 6th. Morgan Griesbach has been absolutely, don't want to say unhittable because Royals have had 3 hits, but just about unhittable tonight here in game 1.
Offensively and defensively, she's been dominating. Very impressive for this freshman on the mound tonight.
The 1-0. Right down the gut for a strike, and it evens it up at a ball and strike. She walked Stofflet back in the 2nd. That's the only blunder besides the 2 mistakes that she's had. She walked Stofflet in the 2nd and hit Stofflet in the 5th.
Final from Wausau, the Newman Cardinals 6, Stratford 5. So an early season loss. Newman showing they're going to be a formidable foe. Merriwood South once again proving to be each night a battle no matter who you play.
Griesbach strikes out Stofflet to begin the 7th inning. High and tight on Madison for a ball, 1-0. 16 strikeouts for Griesbach here so far tonight. 1 ball and no strikes. Low and in the dirt, 2-0. Again, at the conclusion of this game, we'll have a quick little sign-off, and then the game graphic will come back on your screen, and we'll get you ready likely about 20 minutes, I would say, for Game 2. Inside corner, backs Moss out of the way, and it's 2-1. Depending on when this one ends, they might give them until 7 o'clock. We'll see. But we'll keep you updated here on the broadcast. The 2-1. Moss swings and misses, and it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Griesbach in the bottom of the 7th.
Pretty impressive. 7 innings into the game. Griesbach still reaching back and firing, still just throwing that ball past.
Moss pops this one up. First base side, Anderson along the dugout area. And there's 2 away here in the 7th. It'll be really interesting to see. Again, I don't have all stats in front of me, but don't know who a second pitcher for Auburndale might be if Griesbach wants to or is able to come and hit. Jordan Jaglinski will take swings here in the bottom of the 7th for Assumption. Coming in as the flex player, hitting for Jess Norton. 4-1 Auburndale. They scored twice in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 7th. Assumption scored a single one in the 6th on a double by Claire Nelson. Griesbach toes the rubber.
Royals down to their last out.
0-1 to Jaglinski, and it's 0-1. Griesbach comes set. Kicks and fires home. And it's 0-2 here in the bottom of the 7th, 2 outs.
Good aggressive cut by Jaglinski there. Again, Griesbach just challenging her with the fastball inside.
The 0-2. And there's a swing and a miss, and Griesbach finishes a career afternoon here with 17 strikeouts of this Assumption offense here tonight. Final score from Game 1, it is the Auburndale Eagles 4, the Assumption Royals 1. We'll hear from Next Step Prosthetics, Olivia, and then come back and wrap this one up relatively quickly here as we get you ready then for Game 2. We'll have a start time of Game 2 announced here in just a moment. Back after this on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Next Step Prosthetics post-game show. Next Step Prosthetics providing prosthetics and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. Assumption could not figure out Morgan Griesbach at all here this afternoon. Again, Morgan finishes the night 7 innings, complete game, giving up 3 hits, walked 1, hit 1, and struck out 17 Assumption batters out of the 21 outs recorded for Assumption offensively. Auburndale on the other side, Macy Vollard had a nice night in the circle for Assumption as the pitcher. 9 strikeouts, no walks, did give up 4 runs on 10 hits as the Eagles scored 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 7th. So again, growing pains for Assumption. Morgan Griesbach, the real deal for Auburndale.
Yeah, again, from the Eagles' perspective, you got to be highly encouraged with what you got out of your freshman tonight and what you got out of your lineup from top to the bottom. They put a lot of balls in play and challenged this Royals team to go ahead and make plays. Auburndale looks like they're going to be formidable in the Merriwood South, and with the loss of Stratford, Auburndale now puts themselves in a position if they win the second game to go ahead and have their early conference lead. For the Royals, Steve, 17 strikeouts is a lot, but 4-1, you held, I think, a really good lineup to 4 runs. You had a really nice play out of Delaney Hahn over at third base. On a windy night, I thought to keep this ballgame as competitive as what they did feels like growth, and that's what you had kind of said. When you've got a young team, it's going to take a look at some time. I think by the time they get to the end of the year, they're going to look significantly different. But right now, I would say that 4-1 is a pretty encouraging game. We'll see with what happens. Kavanaugh, I would assume, is going to start the game for the Royals in Game 2. We'll see if Grace Bach comes back, and if I'm not sure what Auburndale has for a second pitcher, but I hope that everybody can come back and join us. As I think the second game is going to be really interesting here from Robinson Park and on Zaleski Sports.
Yeah, 6:30 right now here in Wisconsin Rapids. We'll try and figure out a start time. It's a new umpiring crew, so the umpires don't even have to get changed and come out. So I would assume maybe by 6:45, that's 15 minutes. Maybe not that long, maybe 20 minutes. We'll figure it out. Come back, keep the stream on, and once the first pitch starts, and you'll be alerted. So we'll be back with Game 2 in just a little bit here on Zaleski Sports. shout out to Sam. Say thank you to Sam Stanton checking on the newest edition of the Maves family, a little Jace. Appreciate Sam checking in on him. Now it's going to be grounded over to short, gobbled up there, and across in time. Nice play out there by Maya Krings, the new shortstop. And there's one up and one down here.
That batter was number 21 shortstop Anna Schooley.
What cheapers? I'm sorry. Shortstop. Yep. And now Ari Kavanaugh, the pitcher. Ari's starting tonight in game 2. Looks at a ball.
You know, Steve, one of the things that we talked a little bit about on Monday night is the pace of play in softball is something that a lot of umpires appreciate, but not always terrific for the broadcast team. So
Kavanaugh looks at a ball high, 2-0. And that one's going to be lifted to left center field. Over on it, and making a nice catch in center field out there is Chesney Nagel. A couple of nice hard-hit balls, but good defensive plays here to start for the Eagles in game 2.
Nagel did a really nice job going ahead and covering some ground on that. Even though the wind has died down a little bit, that ball, again, the wind is blowing from left to right, or from right to left tonight, and that ball just kept, again, drifting away from her. She did a great job, Nagel did, in go ahead and securing that for the second out of the inning.
Now Claire Nelson. There's a ball that misses high. Coach Schulte said that Sam would go as long as she needs to, and if needed, then Morgan Griesbach would have an opportunity to come back and finish this one up. But with defensive plays by Krings and Nagel, good start for Sam in the circle. Again, want to give another big shout out to Sam Stanton for checking in on the Maves family. Making sure that all is well. That's been before now it's going to be hit right back up the middle. There's a base hit for Claire Nelson. That's what was a little tough after regional basketball, sectional basketball, and then the whole month that wasn't working was all family stuff. That's neither here nor there. Don't need to go on about that, but appreciate everyone checking in and wishing us well as little guy was going through some stuff, but he's home. He's well. He's almost 2 months old already. So
baptized last week in terms of where it goes. So, again, that's truly, good health is always a true blessing in terms of where it goes. So glad that worked out.
Followed way out in front, and this is one thing that's going to be tough, I think, for Assumption at the plates. You saw the first 3 hitters square up a little bit against Sam Stanton, but you just saw there Macy Fowler way out in front, trying to get the timing down differently from Griesbach to Stanton.
Absolutely. Claire Nelson, by the way, just an outstanding piece of hitting, going ahead and keeping her hands in and driving that ball up the middle. Snap throw it on the first. Nelson gets back. But, again, Claire really off to a nice start. Had the lone RBI for the Royals in the first game on a double, and continues to swing the hot bat here with a single, getting the Royals a runner here in the top half of the first inning of game number 2.
And Fowler check swings, fouls it into the Assumption dugout area. Ball and 2 strikes here to Macy Vollert. Macy will be second base here in game number 2, with Ari Kavanaugh starting in the circle. The 1-2. Got her looking, couldn't pull the trigger, and a nice start here for Sam Stanton in game number 2. No runs on a base hit, 1 left. We've played a half an inning. Assumption nothing. Auburdale coming up. You're watching high school softball, Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a
a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Leading off for Auburdale, number 1, shortstop Maya Kring.
Maya Kring to lead things off here for the Eagles in the home half of the first inning, as they again were the visitors in game 1, and because they were supposed to host on Tuesday, now they are the home team in game 2 of this doubleheader. Again, coming up for Assumption, doubleheader tomorrow at Mosinee. Doesn't get any easier. Then they come back to Wisconsin Rapids on Monday, doubleheader against Edgar. Doesn't get much easier in the Merriwood or the schedule for this young Assumption team.
As we talked about earlier with Newman beating Stratford tonight, every night in the Merriwood South is a game that you need to be able to come and play. For this young Royals team, again, I think one of the things that you'd like to continue to see them do over the course of this game is continue to put the ball in play and continue to go ahead and give themselves an opportunity to score runs. So far early in the season, the bats have not come alive for this young Royals offense.
Kring's behind 1 and 2 now.
Steve, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Stevens Point Trivia Contest is beginning this weekend.
Is it already?
Yep.
Yeah. Kevin just misses.
I think that's the case. Obviously, a friend of the program, Dan Ross, is on a team that takes third every year. I believe that's actually what the team name is. They take third every year. So
the 2-2. He popped up to right. Stofflet long run. Makes the catch. Lexi, a nice play. A long run for Lexi from deep right field. That was a good play out there, and there's one away.
Now batting number 11, third baseman Morgan.
Coming up for Auburndale. They head to Wausau on Monday, take on Newman Catholic.
And I believe they host the Cardinals on Tuesday, weather permitting, of course.
And that is one reason why the Royals and Wildcats play doubleheader here on Monday. Doesn't look great for weather-wise on Tuesday. As Paul mentioned, home and away, or away and home on Monday, Tuesday against Newman Catholic. That's going to be fouled at the plate, and it's 0-2 to Griesbach. And then Friday, they host Shawamigan. Monday the 22nd, they host Nakusa. That same week, Stratford home and away for the Eagles. Kavanaugh just misses 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So Kavanaugh finished the game for the Eagles through the 7th inning, and now we'll start the game 2 for the Royals.
Over to Vollert at second, 2 up and 2 down here in the first. Nice play by Macy Vollert. Now Breeley Grimm, the second baseman for the Eagles.
Second baseman Breeley Grimm.
Sparhawk Trucking has become one of the area's leading trucking companies, reliably hauling for over 44 years. Come work for the best and learn more at SparhawkTrucking.com. Game one saw 27 strikeouts 10 from Assumption pitching. Morgan Griesbach had 17. The young freshman for Auburndale. Outstanding performance.
3 for 4 at the plate, scored a couple runs. Again, what a freshman debut. Welcome to the Merriwood South, Morgan Griesbach.
1-2 misses high and away. Ari Kavanaugh in the circle.
Ari way ahead, doing a good job, making sure she's not giving her one to hit, seeing if maybe she can make her chase.
The 1-2, and got her swinging. And a strikeout to end the first. We have played one complete. Still scoreless here in Wisconsin Rapids. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Lydia Smith to lead things off here in the Assumption second, followed by Lexi Stofflet and Madison Moss against Sam Stanton. First offering to Lydia has popped up to Nagel in center, and Chesney makes the catch for out number 1.
Steve, whether you need a residential, commercial, or industrial electrician, you can rely on Econ Electric, where every job is done safe, done right, on time, every time. That's Econ Electric.
Number 31, right fielder.
Again, as Paul has mentioned numerous times, big shout out and big thank you to all of our sponsors, all of our viewers, all of our listeners. It's been a historic year so far on Zaleski Sports, and it's going to just continue here as we continue to grow, and we can't grow without our viewers and without our helpful sponsors as well that bring you these games live, and not just live, but more importantly, free. We'll never charge to watch a game here on Zaleski Sports. As Stoffley, look out back here. And it's 2-1.
And really, the Zaleski Sports Network has now expanded and is now covering games really throughout the state. It's fun to see. Even tomorrow on the network, we've got Watertown on the network. We've got Kimberly on the network. Yep. Games down in the Milwaukee area. Obviously, games over in Eau Claire with North Memorial. You'll get a chance to see a lot of the best teams on the state for free on Zaleski Sports.
The 2-1 misses high, 3-1. Big shout out to Matt and Eli down in the Milwaukee area, bringing us those games. Some of the best teams in the state in baseball down in that Milwaukee metro area in a one-out walk. How about Lexi Stofflet? Her varsity debut in Game 1 had a walk hit by a pitch. She did strike out, has made some nice plays out in right field. She just walked here, and now Madison Moss with 1 out.
Yeah, Steve, again, I think you're going to find for this Royals team, you're going to see a different player step up just about each night.
Moss way out in front and nothing in 1.
And, again, Lexi Stofflet has been a real bright spot for the Royals. Again, Auburndale ranked in the state, 8th in Division 4, division bigger than Assumption. With Griesbach having 17 strikeouts, that 4-1 performance in the first game I think is an impressive thing where both coaches are pretty happy. As Moss gets the bunch down.
That was a nice bunt by Madison Moss as it died right in front of home plate. And there's 2 away on the sacrifice.
Really a nice play by Bloomberg to go ahead and pop up. field that and go ahead and retire Moss at first base. So now that brings Norton up with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Again, Auburndale is the home team, even though we're at Robinson Park, because this is the rescheduled game from the weather or the field conditions from earlier in the week. So top of the second inning, Norton puts the ball in play.
Stanton will throw her out, but again, we talked about it at the end of the game against Sevastopol, getting the bat on the ball, get a little confidence for this young Royals team. They leave 1. We've played an inning and a half. It's still scoreless. Wisconsin Rapids.
Business owners share so many challenges, but there's one challenge that has an easy solution. Branding your business with creative graphics and a plethora of effective print marketing options is as easy as Quality Plus Printing. With over 30 years of marketing expertise and a track record of happy customers, you can trust in Quality Plus Printing to develop the perfect brand for you. As a business owner, you have enough to focus on. Give yourself a break and trust in Quality Plus Printing on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids, or find us at qpprinting.com. That's qpprinting.com.
You couldn't possibly go through all this stuff by yourself, especially since Dad isn't as young and mobile as he used to be. You know, I'd love to help if I had more time between work, kids, and their activities. Have you considered getting any help?
I'd love to, but I don't know who to call.
Kushel & Kushel, removal and recycling services for seniors, handicaps, and those. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. From painting, landscaping, moving, chores, and more. Please give David a call at 715-323-5762.
Sam Stanton to lead things off here in the stop there. Yeah, Sam Stanton here in the second hits her in the box and making sure she's all right. Nothing in 1.
Well, Stanton goes ahead and walks that off. Let's hear from our friends at Staub Construction. Staub Construction is the premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction is 100% employee-owned.
0-1. Nothing in 2. Driving home from Marshfield last night, I thought over by the Marshfield Airport, I think they have a location. Staub Construction does, so yeah. No balls and 2 strikes. Gonna be hit hard past Moss at first. An 0-2 count. Ari Kavanaugh will tell you that she would want that one back. Nice piece of hitting there by Sam Stanton with a leadoff base hit for the Auburndale pitcher.
I thought Stanton did a really nice job of going ahead and taking an outside pitch right down the first base line past Moss, going ahead and putting the leadoff runner here on in the bottom of the second inning.
Now Danica Blomberg, the catcher, Taylor Anderson on deck. Squares the bunt and fouls back, nothing in 1.
Steve, Solaris customers have enjoyed the same low price for 5 years running. No tricks, no gimmicks, no kiddings. Packages start at $49.99 a month. Visit Solaris.net today to learn more.
Again, I'll tell you, I've said it since Solaris has been a sponsor, and they've been a sponsor since we've started. Now it's going to roll foul, and it's 0-2. And ever since I've moved to Wisconsin Rapids, have never had a price increase, nothing from Solaris, and it's been about 5 years, so that makes most sense.
So, Steve, I got to ask, going back to this trivial contest a little bit. So, some of the team names are outstanding. Did you ever participate or get involved in that?
Nope, not. Not for me. That's kudos to all those people. That one's gonna be popped up to Kavanaugh in the circle, and there's one away. It's a big thing, but never participant.
It's my understanding that that's really evolved. Like some of the there's a lot of teams that do a lot of scouting for that, kind of beforehand, trying to get knowledge, trying to go out and see. Some of the answers you actually have to physically go see around. It's become a really big deal across the way.
Squares the bunt, fouls it back to Taylor Anderson, and it's 0-1.
Any idea how many teams participate in that now? I think
it's got to be a lot.
It's got to be a lot. Like I said, I mean that's really kind of growing. We'll see if our friends at Google can help us out on that. But anyway, Trivial Pursuit Weekend over in Stevens Point. Pretty cool that happens. Is that the world's largest trivia contest? Is that?
I think it is. Yeah,
I think so as well. But I maybe it's the world's largest radio trivia contest. I'm not sure. Again, that's a good trivia question.
Yeah. Yeah, Google not yet a sponsor, so we're not.
I'll check a search engine. Scratch that for a second.
The 1-1 pulls it back and misses just outside. 2-1 to Taylor Anderson. Regan Lau waits on deck for the Eagles here in the home half of the second inning. 2 balls and a strike to the Eagles first baseman. Ari Kavanaugh comes set. Looks in, wheels and deals. Going to be hit lookout back here.
So it's a 3-day trivia contest with more than 300 teams competing. 11,500 players and more than 450 teams expected so far expected to participate this year.
Wow. The 2-2 rolls it in there.
So Dan taking third is pretty impressive. So.
Count runs full now to Anderson for Auburndale.
Bottom of the second inning, still scoreless. Runner on first base.
The 3-2 going to be hit over to Schooley. Schooley to second for 1. Steps across and got her. Wow.
Anna Schooley with a web gem going ahead and taking a 6 unassisted double play. Not only stepping on base, but then going ahead and firing a strike to first base to end the second inning. 0-0, Eagles and Royals. We'll be back after this commercial break here on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Top of the third inning we go here in Wisconsin Rapids. Delaney Hahn at the plate for the Royals. And misses high for a ball. Sam Stanton comes set. There's a strike.
No batting. Number 5, third baseman Delaney Hahn.
Nobody on, nobody out here in the third inning. Squares the bunt, offers and misses. Counter runs even at 2-2. Top of the order, due up next for the Royals. That was going to be hit foul. Charlie Nelson with the foot save there. Two balls and 2 strikes. Going to be hit back to Stanton. And the low throw, and it gets away. Hahn will take second on the error. And there's a runner at second on the E1. At a Coos Port Edward State Bank, you can expect an experience filled with individualized personal care unique to you and your business. Their more than 100 years of serving the Wisconsin Rapids area makes them your neighbors, your friends, and your family. At Coos Port Edward State Bank, strong enough to protect you, large enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. Runner at second and nobody out here in the third inning. cord back on. This has nothing to do with that. I don't know how that goes on. Is that a fuse? Yeah, I don't know how that goes on. This doesn't have anything to do with that. Trust me. This does not have anything to do with that. So you're set to rock and roll here because now you can go right back where
2 balls and no strikes, Anna Schooley.
the whole mess. So you can go. So you're in the top of 3.
The 2-0 here.
So when that comes back on, it's going to be.
And Schooley drives this one to deep left field. It is one hops the wall. Delaney Hahn will come in to score. Anna Schooley, an RBI double. Just missed a home run here for Anna Schooley, and it's an RBI double.
That is not. See, the scoreboard is not. This is fine. Oh, hold on. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Runner at second and nobody out. Kavanaugh looks at a ball high. 1-0 Assumption here in the third.
Steve, I believe that's
Steve, I believe that's the Royals' first lead of the year. I believe so. And Kavanaugh down the right field line. It is just foul.
Now batting number 24, pitcher Ari Kavanaugh.
Well, 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top half of the third inning, Royals on top. Anna Schooley on second base. Ari Kavanaugh batting. No outs here in the inning.
Sam Stanton comes set. Squares the bunt, gets it down wonderfully. Tough play to first. She's going to be out at first. And another bang-bang play at first base, but it gets the job done with Claire Nelson at the plate.
Kavanaugh's impressive speed went ahead and made that a close play. Nice play by Stanton to go ahead and retire the first out. Kavanaugh goes ahead and moves Schooley over. Now with 1 away and a fresh count, Claire Nelson comes up with a chance to go ahead and drive Anna Schooley back in.
Runner at third and 1 away. Nelson looks at a ball just low.
Catcher Claire Nelson.
One ball and no strikes. Macy Vollard on deck. Schooley from third. Breaking ball, off-speed pitch, I should say. Misses, 2-0. Glad you're with us here on this Friday night here in central Wisconsin. It is a gorgeous Friday night in Wisconsin Rapids. The wind has all but gone. The flag in center field not moving much. And 3-0 to Nelson.
Yeah, after a gusty day at both Augusta National as well as here in Wisconsin Rapids, it's a calm night. First opportunity for a lot of these young Royals to play underneath the lights.
Yep.
Auburndale takes game 1 of the doubleheader 4-1. There are the home team on the board. In game 2 of the doubleheader, as this is a reschedule from a game that was going to be played on Tuesday in Auburndale. Unfortunately, their field was not ready to go for them. 3 balls and a strike. Bottom of the third inning, 1 out. Royals with the early lead.
Stan fires home to Nelson in a high strike right at the letters. Claire would want that one back, or does want that one back. 3-2 now to Claire. Stanton trying to work out of it here. And walks her. So 1-out walk, runners at the corners. We'll see if Claire, or how long Claire will stand at first base with Macy Vollard at the plate.
My guess would be is that Coach Nelson's going to have Claire on the move. We'll see if Auburndale concedes the base or if they try to go ahead and throw down and take the out.
Runners at the corners and 1 out for Vollard. That was going to be lined to left center. That one's going to get into the gap. Schooley will score. Nelson will score. Vollard heads to second. She will stay there. A 2 RBI double for Macy Vollard. A line shot to left center field.
Macy went ahead and took a low inside fastball and drove it to the gap between left and left center for 2 important runs and an RBI double as the Royals jump out here in the top of the third inning, 3-0, still with only 1 out. And now senior Lydia Schmitz comes up with Macy Vollert on second base, looking to add to this lead.
Wasted no time, did Macy. And a low strike there to Smits. And it's 0-1 to Lydia with Lexi Stofflet on deck. No balls and a strike. Smits pops this one up, shallow center. That's trouble. It's going to fall in front of Nagel. Vollert will head to third, and there's runners at the corners.
That's a veteran play by Macy Vollert there, Steve, where she was able to go ahead and get a good read, even though that ball just dropped in a pocket shortly behind second base. She was still able to take the advance. So now you've got runners on first and third. Again, one out here in the top of the third inning. Again, we would assume that we're going to see Lydia Schmidt on the move.
Runners at the corners and one out for Stofflet. And there goes Lydia, the throw down, and she's going to be safe at second on a stolen base. The first offering to Lexi was a ball, 1-0. Now 2 in scoring position. Big opportunity here for the freshman.
Stoffel did a nice job being patient at the plate in the first game, on base a couple times.
The 1-0. Evens it up, at a ball and a strike. Madison Moss awaits on deck.
Really, at this point, Steve, you got to figure any ball in play gets the Royals a run. Any ball that finds the grass gets them 2.
Sam Stanton comes set. And that one's going to be lifted to right. That's trouble. That one's falling, and a base hit. And an RBI for Lexi Stofflet. And now they're going to throw her out there. The throw home, not in time. 2 more score for the Royals as Lexi Stofflet drives in a run.
Drives in a run, and then her aggressiveness on the base pass, by Coach Schill sending Stofflet forces the out at second base. But I think the Royals would gladly concede an out at second base for that run, as it's a 5-run inning here for the Royals. So after being silent for much of the first 2 games, the Royal bats come alive in the top half of the third inning here, and they've built a 5-0 lead over the Auburndale Eagles.
We'll see how long, and if Coach Schulte will
first baseman Madison Moss.
maybe try and bring in Miss Griesbach if she is available and ready to go in the fourth. After a dominant performance in the first game.
I would think that's, it's such an interesting difference between baseball and softball. Baseball, you've got the pitch count, so they're only allowed to throw a certain amount of really pitches. It's not even innings. Yeah. I would say
Moss over to Griesbach at third. A rocket throw. Even across the diamond, she throws it as fast as she does pitching it. But, yeah, we'll get into more of that when we come back. Bottom of the third, Royals score 5. They lead 5-0. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Buy 3 Goodyear tires and 1 is free has been extended at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Plus, get up to $200 back on 4 installed Goodyear tires when you use the Goodyear credit card. Buy 3 and 1 is free in March at Sherrill Tire and Auto. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Bottom of the third inning we go. As mentioned earlier, Morgan Griesbach getting that right arm warmed up along the fence as we saw. And Regan Lau will lead things off here for Auburndale, trailing 5-0.
So 7-8-9 coming up in the lineup here. First time they'll get an opportunity to face Ari Kavanaugh, the young sophomore pitcher for Assumption, working here in the bottom of the third inning.
Outside corner, and it evens it up at a ball and a strike.
We saw that the other night against Vestpool as well. Kavanaugh likes to work that outside half of the plate. She likes to keep it low. Is doing a nice job keeping it off speed, but she can really reach back and throw it when she needs to.
Yeah, just like that. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Regan Lau. Lau, Schulte, and Nagel for the Eagles here in the 5th. As toes the rubber. Comes set. Fires home. Fouled at the plate. Remains 1-2. Metallico of Wisconsin Rapids. Since 2005, Metallico has been one of North America's largest secondary aluminum billet producers, offering hundreds of jobs to the Wisconsin Rapids area. Your next career is just a stop or call or stop away. Learn more about working at Metallico at metallico.com or stop in to apply at their plant in Wisconsin Rapids. Nobody on, nobody out, bottom of the third here. See if we can get you a score update from Camden Yards as well in Baltimore. Brewers and Baltimore Orioles tonight.
You ever been to Camden Yards, Steve?
I haven't, but I've heard it's awesome.
So we were there with a baseball tour, again, a non-sponsor baseball tour here in Wisconsin. When I was very young, the first year that it opened up, and it's a spectacular field and facilities. The city of Baltimore loves the Orioles, and it's always a good day when the Orioles are good. That's a definitely, if you're a baseball fan, that and in my opinion Fenway are two of the bucket list parks. Although Fenway is much more nostalgic than it is nice.
I've heard that. Yes, the 1-2 from Kavanaugh to Lau. Misses outside. Score from Camden Yards. Brewers score 3 in the second. They lead 4-1 in the top of the 5th inning. If all things pan out, depending on how rainouts happen and all that, former Brewer Corbin Burns likely to pitch against the Brewers on Sunday afternoon in Baltimore. So
it's kind of an interesting deal with Burns. We talked about it a little bit on Monday night as well, is that, if you're a small market team like Milwaukee, you'd love to see Burns stay around. But the start to the season for Burns has been a little choppy, and for what they're paying him, as Kavanaugh goes ahead and gets the strikeout for the first round of the inning here, as she caught Lau looking. Now coming up is number 12, Hope Schulte.
Now batting number 12, right fielder Hope Schulte.
Hope, one of the seniors on this team, one of the very few seniors they had on the basketball court this winter. The first one to Hope misses for a ball.
The second ball game against us, Hope had a whale of a second half. Again, an excellent young lady. That being stated, I will not be sad to see her moving on. So, bright future ahead of Hope in terms of where it goes. But I think in the time that we've been talking, she scored yet another bucket on us. So it's good for Hope as she goes ahead and gets her first at bat here of the night.
2-0 to Schulte. Foul straight back right at us, and it runs 2 balls and 1 strike. But yeah, the young Brewers pitching staff doing well, especially without Devin Williams for the first 3 months of the year. Big blow there. But then you have Abner Uribe, who can pump it up there above 100 miles an hour. And
as you've kind of found, I don't want to say closers are recyclable.
Yeah.
But again, you lose Hader, you pick up Williams, and you're like, oh, he's got the best closer in the league. Ooh, just outside off the corner is now the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom third inning. But anyway, you lose Williams, and you're like, oh, they're in trouble. And then you find, Uribe that comes in. It's just interesting with closers.
And Schulte strikes out a big aggressive shout there by Claire Nelson. There's 2 away here in the inning, 2 up and 2 down.
Steve, we talk about the Royals being a young team. You can feel hey, I have a lead let's go energy. I think they lacked that a little bit, but winning is a contagious feeling, and confidence is a funny thing for high school sports. You can feel like the Royals have a little extra pep in their step right now.
Ground ball over to third. Hahn across and got Nagel. Nice play there by Delaney Hahn to end the home half of the third inning. 3 up, 3 down. We've played 3. 5-0 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
What sets Nakusa Port Edward State Bank apart from other Wisconsin banks far beyond rates and financial services? You can expect an experience filled with individualized personal care unique to you and your business. Nakusa Port Edward State Bank has over 100 years of serving the Wisconsin Rapids area, local small and mid-sized businesses, while proudly supporting so many community projects over the years. They're your neighbors, your friends, and you'll find them actively serving communities where we work, live, and play. Nakusa Port Edward State Bank, strong enough to protect you, large enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Entering the game first of all, welcome back here to Robinson Park as we enter the top of the 4th inning with the Royals on top, 5-0. Even though we're in Wisconsin Rapids, the Royals are the guest on the scoreboard this evening, as this is the makeup game, second game of the doubleheader. The Eagles took game 1 of the doubleheader 4-1 behind an impressive performance from Griesbach, the freshman pitcher who was 3 for 4 at the plate and had 17 strikeouts in the first game. Steve, it was pretty impressive. Griesbach started this game at third base. She has been removed from the game. We can see her warming up on the side. Into the game at third base is number 24, Maya
Katzenberger. As Stanton just misses on that one, 1-2. So what we assume is going to happen, again, just hypothetically on our end, is that Maya Katzenberger is going to be at third, which she is already, as Jess Norton flies this one to deep left field over the head of the left fielder, Regan Lau, and Jess Norton is good for a leadoff double.
Jess Norton with a really nice piece of hitting there after falling behind early. Goes ahead and puts one out for a double. And the leadoff runner for the Royals here now on base in the top half of the 4th inning. Into the ball game comes the flex, Jordan Jaglinski, to run for Norton. Not a substitution, and your flexes are all allowed to enter the game. One of the cool benefits of having a flex and a DP, and one of the most challenging portions for an umpire to figure out what your flex can and can't do, unfortunately, across the way. So great piece of hitting by Norton, and once again, Steve, you're starting to see the young Royal bats come alive and do some good things here in their 3rd game of the year. So top of the 4th inning, 5-0, Royals over Eagles. Runner on second base, no outs.
Delaney Hahn at the plate, expect a bunt. Delaney now she squares the bunt, but that one's popped up and foul. So going back to our hypothetical, which may happen, may not happen, depending on how the rest of this inning goes. Maya Katzenberger came in for Morgan Griesbach at third. Once Sam Stanton's day is done, Morgan's going to come back and pitch, and then Sam's likely going to be done for the afternoon. But we'll see how Coach Schulte plays it here.
So remember,
That squares the bunt and it rolls in there, and it's 1-1.
So remember, Steve, in high school softball, everybody's allowed to re-enter the game twice. So you get so even if Stanton comes out with her bat, if she needs to come back into the ball game, she's allowed to. And again, certainly with the way she hits the ball, I would hate to go ahead and say that her day is retired.
Be done.
But again, it'd be one of those deals where if you can bring Griesbach back on the mound, the temptation there, I would think, would be pretty great.
2 balls and a strike to Delaney Hahn, the number 9 hitter. Squares the bunt, gets it down, and foul. And count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So Delaney Hahn, and then the top of the lineup with Schooley and then Kavanaugh coming up for the Royals. Coach Nelson trying to go ahead and advance the runner.
We'll see if this is Sam Stanton's final batter here. The 2-2. Rolls it in there. Count runs full. Nice job behind the plate. Again, give a big shout out to both catchers, Claire Nelson and Danica Blomberg. It's not easy behind the plate catching, and granted, two games not easy. Delaney Hahn pops this one up over at second, and that will do it for Hahn. And there's one away, and just like that, as mentioned, Morgan Griesbach. Oh, there's going to be a. And that will likely do it for Sam Stanton as the top of the order due up here for the Assumption Royals. And gave – oh, no. Maya came in for one out for 2 batters. And we'll have all of our changes, including our pitching change, when we come back. Watching high school softball, Zaleski Sports.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
Morgan Griesbach, that one's going to be hit to left center. It's going to be caught, and they're going to double up Jake. No, safe, as the second baseman was not on the base. That's Breely Grimm, wasn't on the base, and there's 2 away here in the inning.
21 shortstop Anna Schooley.
Chesney Nagel with a nice catch.
Schooley went ahead and attacked the early pitch from Griesbach, trying to go ahead and put one in play. Nice play out in center field. So now with 2 away, we'll see if Kavanaugh can go ahead and put one in play to take advantage of the leadoff double.
All right, Kavanaugh swinging like she did in her at-bats against Griesbach in the first game. All twisted up and off kilter. The 0-1 misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
The advantage for Assumption is with 2 outs, anything hit, you should see Jake Linsky running hard. Anything hit in the outfield with her speed, you should end up with a run if Kavanaugh can come up with a 2-out hit.
1-1. Spins it past her legs. Misses 2-1.
2 balls and 1 strike. I'm sure Coach Nelson would love to bring Claire up with the opportunity with 2 runners on base to see if Claire can go ahead and get a hold of one, especially now that wind has died down.
2 balls and a strike. Griesbach shakes one off, the 2-1. Outside corner for a strike, evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Past 7:30 here in Central Wisconsin. Top of the fourth inning, 5-0 Assumption. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Morgan Griesbach. High and away, count runs full. Again, Morgan had 17 strikeouts in game 1. Just a freshman for Coach Schulte.
3 balls, 2 strikes, runner on second base, top half of the fourth inning. Royals up over the Eagles 5-0 here at Wisconsin Rapids.
3-2. And Kavanaugh swings and misses. Griesbach gets out of it, and a strikeout to get out of the fourth. No runs on a base hit, and 1 left on. We've played 3.5. Time to get up and stretch halfway through this one here in Wisconsin Rapids. 5-0 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Top of the lineup here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids as Maya Krings, Morgan Griesbach, and Bailey Grimm are due up here for the Eagles in the bottom half of the inning here. Kavanaugh sets and fires. Starts off with a strike. 1 strike, no balls. Thank you for joining us here tonight on Zaleski Sports. Paul Jaglinski, Steve Maves, here going ahead and calling Royal softball for you. Kavanaugh delivers a ball, 1 strike, bottom of the fourth inning.
Trying to get the white balance all figured out here for you. Trying to brighten things up, but not too bad.
With us, Steve, I'm not sure that anything's real bright in terms of where it goes. So far, Kavanaugh, 2 balls, 1 strike, has thrown a terrific game, keeping Auburndale off balance tonight as she's worked through the lineup. Again, the Royals' defense has been pretty solid here in game number 2 with several nice plays. Looks like 2-3 Ks so far in the ball game for Ari Kavanaugh. So again, the Royals are doing a nice job fielding it behind Ari as you put it in play.
Fly ball right field. Now it's going to fall in front of Stofflet, and a leadoff base hit for Maya Krings here in the fourth inning. And now Morgan Griesbach, who grounded out to second to begin her outing here in the earlier in this one.
So Maya's got good speed. We'll see if Coach Schulte goes ahead and puts her in motion. Griesbach 3 for 4 in the first game, so you know that Griesbach can really hit it. And has also got good speed at home plate.
First one misses high for a ball. 1-0. We will also see how short the leash will be, or how early the trigger would be to bring in Macy Vollert, and a way out in front. Good pitch there by Ari Kavanaugh.
Yeah, you know, Steve, that's an interesting point for the Royals. Is it 1 and 1A? I think you kind of have to ride that hot hand. Macy Vollert struck out 9 in the first game and did a nice job keeping Auburndale off balance. as Kavanaugh goes ahead and goes 2 balls with 1 strike. Kavanaugh has been cruising along here. We saw on Tuesday night it was a 4-3 split between the two pitchers. So, again, it would not surprise me to see Coach Schill and Coach Nelson go back to Macy Vellert if the opportunity presented itself.
2-1 right down, or maybe right on the outside corner. Again, tough where we are positioned, and very few spots that we cover games are we right behind home plate. So off center a little bit. Can't really tell all the places where the pitches are located, inside, outside, right down the middle. But 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Morgan Griesbach. The 3-2. He fouled at the plate. And remains full at 3-2 with Krings at first and Breeley Grimm awaiting on deck. You're going to appreciate everyone tuning in this evening now. Good crowd staying with us here at Robinson Park as well. As Kavanaugh just missed outside and wanted that one, did Ari. Runners at first and second now for Breeley Grimm. And Charlie Nelson out to have a conversation. Go over our schedule with you for tomorrow. Ooh, Brewers up 7-1 now on the Baltimore Orioles. Our schedule for tomorrow, as Paul mentioned earlier, begins right away, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Assumption and Mosen East softball, 11 o'clock, La Crosse Central at Wisconsin Rapids softball, Menominee at Marshfield baseball, Rhinelander at Wisconsin Rapids baseball, Kimberly at Burlington baseball, 11:30, Watertown at Spash baseball. Waiwega Fremont will take on Pacelli. That's a triangular at Winneconne. And then noon, Mosenee Assumption, Columbus Catholic at Spencer, and then all of the second games of those doubleheaders.
So Grimm, Stanton.
Offers at a bunt and misses. And it's 0-1 to Breeley Grimm.
Bloomberg, so 3-4-5 coming up here for the Eagles. Kavanaugh going ahead and getting settled in, gets that early strike.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. So there was some check. It appeared that there was a little bit of appeal. Sometimes as a home plate umpire, that's a tough play because you have a catcher. You does she offer? Does she not? You're trying to make sure to get past. Good work by the crew working together on that.
The 0-1 offers at it again and misses, and it's 0-2. It's one thing we've seen today from both sides. Both sides in both games struggling to get those bunts and sacrifice bunts down. Kavanaugh trying to pick up an early big strikeout here.
Especially in softball, Steve, those extra little plays really make a huge difference.
The 0-2 ground ball. Kavanaugh to Hahn at third, and she's out at third base. Hahn wasn't on the base. And it was his call, and
so there's an interesting conversation that's kind of going on between the two umpires. The ball was going to third. It was a force play. Hahn looked like maybe she was on the back of the base, but also went ahead and tried to get the tag. So the time on the appeal, looking at different angles, and a misplay by Hahn to go ahead and not get the tag, and they said that she was not standing on the base, although I thought she was standing on the back side of it. But it's a tough play for the umpire, Steve, because when she goes to tag, it appears like she was not standing on it. Again, that's a sophomore throwing to a freshman that takes a look at it, but now bases loaded, no outs, bottom of the fourth inning, even though the Royals are up 5-0, this is about to get real interesting with Stanton at the plate.
And Sam swings and fouls it back off the plate. 0-1 to Sam Stanton. Singled back in the second inning.
We talked about the fact, Steve, that Stanton has got a big bat. She's hit a couple big swings in this particular ballpark before, and she can definitely go ahead and make this a ball game, especially with Griesbach on the mound here.
And that was going to be fouled again. 0-2, and with just about no wind, a little breeze blowing that flag out in left center field, but not as much as it was about an hour or 2 hours ago. Kavanaugh, the 0-2. Got her looking on the outside corner, and a big strikeout for Ari Kavanaugh, and there's one away here in the fourth. Strikeout number 4 for Ari.
To quote somebody very famous, that's a huge strikeout by Ari Kavanaugh as she went ahead and reached back, going ahead and getting the first out of the inning. Now, base is still full, force everywhere, but a little bit of a different role, especially getting past Stanton. So Bloomberg up here at the plate.
First offering to Blomberg, misses outside for a ball. Taylor Anderson on deck.
My apologies. I keep saying Bloomberg. My bad in the chat. I'm sorry. Blomberg, my fault.
Bases full of Eagles with one out. Kavanaugh going to be lined into left field. One will score. They will send Griesbach. The throw will not be made. And a 2 RBI base hit for Blomberg.
Nice piece of hitting by Danica as she went ahead and stayed back. She got something over the middle that she could drive from Kavanaugh and put it out in left field for a 2-run single. Runners on first and second, still only one out here in the inning. Royals up, but now only up by 3.
Taylor Anderson bounced into a double play back in the second inning.
Anna Schooley took it unassisted, 6-1. Kavanaugh.
And Kavanaugh is going to get the out at first. Had to regain her footing and gets the out. Runners at second and third now on the 1-3 putout. And there's 2 away for Regan Lau.
You know, Steve, over the course of my years of playing baseball, softball, the one inevitable piece is that those extra outs typically come back to haunt you. We'll see if Kavanaugh can get herself out of this particular inning, as we're going to get number 21 into the ball game for
Auburndale, a courtesy runner.
Katie Brandon, it appears.
Brandel, I think.
Brandel.
Yep. Katie Brandel, the courtesy runner for the catcher Blomberg. Usually a thing that happens. Outside corner to Lau is good for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Love to see Ari going ahead and attacking that outside corner, consistently pounding that zone, going right after her with runners on second and third, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
The 0-1 from Ari. Going to be popped up first base side and out of play. Lau behind, 0-2. Runners are Grimm and Brandel for Auburndale. Kavanaugh, the 0-2. Just misses a bit high and away, 1-2. Hope Schulte on deck.
Good waste there by Ari with such a big lead in the count. Don't want to throw anything that's too big. Or too good, I should say.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Swung on a miss and a big strikeout for Ari Kavanaugh to end the 4th inning. But Auburndale scores twice on 2 hits. They leave 2 stranded. We have played 4 complete. New score, Assumption 5, Auburndale 2. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Business owners share so many challenges, but there's one challenge that has an easy solution. Branding your business with creative graphics and a plethora of effective print marketing options is as easy as Quality Plus Printing. With over 30 years of marketing expertise and a track record of happy customers, you can trust in Quality Plus Printing to develop the perfect brand for you. As a business owner, you have enough to focus on. Give yourself a break and trust in Quality Plus Printing on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids, or find us at qpprinting.com. That's qpprinting.com.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I'm standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
Number 1, catcher Claire Nelson.
All right, Claire Nelson at the plate against Morgan Griesbach. Her first full inning of work. And a opening pitch strike to, wrong side, to Nelson. It's been a long day. No balls and a strike to Nelson. And that was going to be off of Claire. in the box, fouled it off her own foot or off her front foot, and it's 0-2.
No matter how many times I've seen that done, and no matter how many times I've done it, I'll tell you, it hurts every time, unfortunately. Nelson really caught, after starting off with 2 strikeouts against Griesbach, had 2 quality at-bats against her the last time that she saw her. Had the RBI double in the first game that got Assumption on the board. Claire still shaking off the effects of fouling that ball off her toe.
0-2 to the Royal junior catcher.
The recent Missouri Western State commit, Claire Nelson. The Griffins. Griffiths?
The 0-2. Going to be hit weakly to first.
Ooh, it's going to be a tough play.
She's going to be safe at first. The tag did not happen. Infield base set for Claire Nelson. She's pumped up.
You could see that play developing where Anderson came off of the base. There was a little bit of a gap in coverage, and Claire, with her cat-like speed and reflexes, went ahead and was able to beat that one out at first. Claire had that mapped out the entire way. So Nelson goes ahead and leads off the inning with what we're going to call an infield single. Here in the top of the 5th inning. We'll see if Coach Nelson puts her in motion.
First offering to Vollerts, misses high for a ball, 1-0. The tough thing with the speed, other than trying to hit it, but trying to run against it as well. I mean, you can leave when the ball leaves the pitcher's hand, but that gives you even less time to try and steal second. And Vollerts swings and misses at a high fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Vollerts had a nice night at the plate for the Royals. She had the opening hit of the game against Griesbach in the first game, and the last at-bat against Stanton, I believe she had an RBI double, yes.
The 1-1. Inside corner, good for a strike, and it's 1-2.
So see, we started this conversation. Let's come back to it. So, difference between high school baseball and softball. Okay, high school baseball, of course, you have a pitch count, and you're restricted in the number of pitches. High school softball, you can throw as often or as much as, I guess, as you really can. And it's pretty interesting with a weapon like Griesbach on, as this season progresses, I'm sure that there's a balancing point, right? Because on one hand, you have a 2027 freshman, 14, maybe 15 years of age, in terms of where it goes. So how much stress do you want to put on her arm? And on the other hand, the temptation of how dominating she is means, boy, you'd like to keep her pitching as often as you can.
First one to Smits, misses inside. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a different level, but you watch the college softball World Series or something in June, and those women are, I mean, you play 50 games, they pitch in every single game. I mean, that's just the difference between baseball and softball. The motion of underhand is obviously much more natural than trying to put all the stress overhand that the baseball pitchers do.
Well, and Griesbach has got a very compact frame. She uses her lower body and her torso well to throw it. So, you can see there's not I don't want to say a tremendous amount of stress, but she's very smooth in the way that she pitches and delivers it. So, again, it'll be interesting to monitor as the season goes on how often do you throw her, but she looks like she stepped right back in on, I think it's her 8th inning of work tonight now.
And Smits strikes out at a high inside pitch, and there's 2 away here in the 5th inning. She pitched 7 in the first, 8 total, and 8 in the third after this inning. First offering to Stoffel, misses high and away, 1-0. Due up for Auburndale in the 5th. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Eagles against, as of right now, Ari Kavanaugh. Nelson leads from first. Stofflet swings and misses, evens it up at a ball and a strike. Leadoff infield base hit for Claire Nelson, and then back-to-back backwards Ks for Vollert and Smits. 1 ball and a strike. Foul straight back into the screen, 1-2.
Stofflet's done a nice job, Steve. She's put the bat on the ball consistently. She's had a good feel for the zone at the plate. She's been on base several times, played a solid right field. Coach Nelson and Coach Hill got to be very impressed with what they've got out of this freshman.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Griesbach fires home. Strikes out the side to end the 5th inning. No runs, a base hit, and 1 left. We have played 4.5. 5-2 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
Hope Schulte to lead things off here for the Eagles in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Schulte, Nagel, and then Krings. 8, 9, and 1 due up here for Auburnale against Ari Kavanaugh. Ari in her 5th inning of work after coming in the 7th inning of the first game. And came in relief with 2 on and nobody out in the 7th in game 1. First one misses low to Schulte, 1-0.
You know, Steve, we talked about it in the first game. It's one of the most impressive things for this Eagles lineup is the way that they're able to hit and put the ball in play 1 through 9 in the lineup.
Kavanaugh behind 2-0. Schulte struck out swinging back in the 3rd inning. Kavanaugh wheels and deals here on the 2-0. That's going to be lined foul. Look out over there. And it's 2-1. Yeah, not a lot of bad at-bats for Auburndale. Always up there and ready to swing. The 2-1. Kavanaugh behind, 3-1.
Schulte, a senior, going ahead and working the count. Seeing pitches from Kavanaugh, putting balls in play, fighting them off. She was full count the first time at bat as well, or in the first at bat as well.
The 3-1. We line to center. Back on it is Smith. That one's going to one-hop the wall, and Hope Schulte will charge into second base with a leadoff double.
Hope with a really nice piece of hitting, got herself ahead, 3-1 in the count, found a ball that she wanted. You could see she had put one in foul play where she was able to time it up. Then at 3-1, found a ball that she wanted and went ahead and drove it over Lydia Smith's head to center field for a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Royals still up 5-2. Again, Eagles threatening.
Chesney Nagel, the number 9 hitter, at the plate. Striking the low outside corner, 0-1. Top of the order due up next for Auburndale. Here in the home half of the 5th inning, game 2 of this Merriwood South girls softball doubleheader. The 0-1. Can be lined to Schooley. She catches it off the turf, or off the dirt. And a nice reaction play there by Anna, and there's one away.
Kind of reminds me of that state championship game back in 22 where she was able to go ahead and scoop that ball at first base. She was a major reason that the Royals were able to go ahead and capture that title. Great play by her at short where she could have taken it on a short hop, but was able to get the glove underneath for a huge first out.
Top of the order now, Maya Krings. Looks at a ball low and away.
Again, Steve, softball is a funny game. Sometimes you hit the ball so hard like Nagel did tonight, and you find yourself on the other end of a tough luck. And then the next thing you do is you hit a dribbler that ends up turning out to be a ball. But Nagel's really been impressive tonight.
A foul at the plate by Krings way out in front, and it's 1-1. Griesbach awaits on deck. Yeah, Chesney had a couple of hard hit balls in that first game. That's for sure, and a nice ground ball to short, or a third in the third inning, and then a rocket there to Anna, the 1-1. Inside corner, 1-2.
Kavanaugh doing a good job of working inside and out, still throwing a hard ball. She's on her, theoretically, 6th inning of work tonight, Steve, as she came in and closed the game, pitched the 7th inning, I guess I should say, for Assumption in Game 1.
The 1-2 rolls in there. That one gets past Nelson. On a wild pitch.
Now, in basketball, they would call that a jinx when you say that she's an excellent free throw shooter. Is that an announcer's jinx?
Yeah.
And jinx when I said she's had really good control and throwing it well and then skips one at about 30 feet?
Yeah, very much so.
My bad. My apologies.
The 2-2. Going to be lifted to shallow center. Schooley is going to make the catch. He hits the dirt. And the runner, Schulte, will not make the tag up, and there's 2 away.
Now, for Hope, that's an interesting play because Anna's got a rocket for an arm, and that ball is a step onto the grass.
Yeah.
So what's interesting on that is it looked like Lydia was going to come in. Anna came in and grabbed it at the end, kind of caught it in the middle there where you want to take a step or two off.
And now Griesbach lines that one to center, and that one gets past Smits. That's trouble. Griesbach is fast. Griesbach to second. Griesbach to third, and they're going to hold her at third. An RBI base hit and a 2-base error, and now Griesbach stands at third with 2 outs.
Griesbach makes Coach Schulte and Hope Schulte's decision look excellent by going ahead and not forcing on what could have been a 50-50 play. Gets an important RBI as they try to battle back in this game, 5-3, and now stands at third. Got to be aware of a wild pitch. With her speed, anything that hits the fence, she's going to score on.
Really grim at the plate now. Going to be ground that one over to Schooley at short, and that will retire Auburndale here in the 5th. A run across on 2 hits. There was an error, and there was 1 left on. We've played 5 complete. New score, Assumption 5, Auburndale 3. Back after this, Selesky Sports.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool, tuition. We're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life. How may we help you?
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Robinson Park here as the Royals and Eagles enter the top of the 6th inning with Assumption in the lead 5-3 here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Madison Moss at the plate for the Royals.
A ball and a strike to 0-2, my apologies.
Morgan Griesbach on the mound for the Eagles, who trailed 5-0 when she came back in the ball game and now have scored 3 straight. They have just battled back into the ball game as down goes Madison Moss. Since entering Game 2, that is Griesbach's 5th strikeout out of a possible 6 batters faced.
Yep.
17 Ks in the first game, 5 additional here in the second game. Ladies and gentlemen, in the Merriwood South, if you don't know Morgan Griesbach's name, you will very, very soon. This is a impressive-looking freshman who throws a excellent ball and has been equally devastating tonight with the bat as she has hit everything.
Now it's high and away, a ball and a strike. Yeah, she walked in the 4th. But other than that, she was 3 for 4 in the first game. Has been on base twice here in the second game. Now it's going to be grounded to Griesbach. And there's a ground out. 1-3 put out.
Jess Norton doing a nice job putting the ball in play for second or third time against Griesbach. So you 2 outs right away here in the top of the 6th inning for the Royals. And now at the plate comes up number 5, the third baseman, Delaney Hahn.
Nobody on, 2 away here in the 6th.
You know, Steve, either way you look at it, either the Royals will start off with the top of their lineup in the top half of the 7th inning with Schooley leading off, or if Hahn's able to reach, you bring Schooley up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So either way, a good situation coming for the Royals here. 1 ball, 1 strike, bottom of the 6th inning, 2 outs. Again, as you take a look at it, top of the 6th inning. Assumption is the guest on the scoreboard in this game.
And 1 ball and 2 strikes there to Delaney Hahn. One ball and 2 strikes. High and away, evens it up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top half of inning number 6. Griesbach comes set. Fires home. And a swing and a miss.
That batter was number 5, third baseman.
We played 5.5. 5-3 Assumption. Trying to hold on to this one late. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Bottom of the 6th inning we go. It'll be Stanton, Blomberg, Anderson for Auburndale, trailing 5-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Ari Kavanaugh back out there for her 6th inning of work. Sam Stanton grounds it over to Schooley at short. High throw, and Moss comes down with it for the first out.
Nice play by Madison Moss. That's a freshman going up and snagging the ball out of the air. And again, you can see Macy Vullert, Claire Nelson, great leadership on the team, going down and telling the young freshman, hey, great play, young lady. And also a really nice play and throw by Anna Schooley over there. First year playing shortstop for Anna after being a all-conference caliber first baseman in the previous 2 seasons.
That's going to be hit back up the middle. Kavanaugh somehow snags it and comes away with it, and there's 2 outs. Wow.
2 impressive fielding plays back-to-back by these young Royals to retire the first 2 outs in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Bringing up the first baseman, number 10, Taylor Anderson, with 2 outs here in the 6th.
That's one of those, look what I got, look what I found. Throw your glove out there and see if it rolls in. 2 away now for Anderson. There's a strike from Kavanaugh, and it's 0-1.
You know, one of the credits to this young Royals team is that they do have some they're middle of the field. So if you think about pitcher, catcher, short, second, center, has got a great deal of experience. So your corners have got some new pieces, and Delaney Hahn has played, I thought, a pretty nice third base. She's had some nice plays tonight, but up the middle, the Royals are pretty solid at their core.
The 0-2. And swung on and missed. Nelson's got to secure the out. The throw to first, and that's what they do. A 1-2-3 inning for Assumption defensively. And we go to the 7th. 5-3 Royals. Back after this, Selesky Sports.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Business owners share so many challenges, but there's one challenge that has an easy solution. Branding your business with creative graphics and a plethora of effective print marketing options is as easy as Quality Plus Printing. With over 30 years of marketing expertise and a track record of happy customers, you can trust in Quality Plus Printing to develop the perfect brand for you. As a business owner, you have enough to focus on. Give yourself a break and trust in Quality Plus Printing on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids, or find us at qpprinting.com. That's qpprinting.com.
Top of the 7th inning here in Wisconsin Rapids. 5-3, top of the order due up here for Assumption. First offering to Anna Schooley is good for a strike.
So Schooley, Kavanaugh, Claire Nelson, you'd love to see the Royals go ahead and pick up an insurance run here as we enter the top of the 7th inning.
The 0-1. Going to be hit over to short. That's Krings, and it gets past Krings. And a leadoff base runner for Assumption.
So now you'll have a really interesting case here, Steve, because, again, do you have Kavanaugh bunt to advance Schooley to bring Nelson up, although it frees up first base? Or if you're Coach Nelson and Coach Schill, do you send Anna, who has amazing speed, to see if you can go ahead and maximize the opportunity to pick up that insurance run?
Ari has been all sorts of discombobulated offensively. There's the throw down to second, and it hits Schooley, and she will head over to third on a stolen base. There you go for Assumption. Big-time steal there for Schooley.
Anna is such a weapon. Her athleticism is a level of impressiveness, Steve. You see it in the volleyball season. You see it in the basketball season. And, again, there, when she gets on base.
One strike, I think, yep.
There's so many opportunities to go ahead and take a look at it. Now it'll be interesting to see if you're Coach Nelson, do you potentially think about maybe a suicide the way that Ari can put the ball in play with the bunt?
The 0-1. Doesn't square, looks at a strike, and it's 0-2.
So we'll see what Coach Nelson decides to do. Obviously now with two strikes, most likely you're in swing away mode, especially with Claire coming up next. But an important run sitting now at third base.
Squares the bunt, she gets it down, the flip home, not going to be made. And nobody is covering second. Now they are, and they're going to be out at second, but the run scores for Assumption on that suicide squeeze.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that's a very productive but aggressive call from Coach Nelson or Coach Schill, whoever called it, with 2 strikes to go ahead and lay it down. Terrific job by Ari Kavanaugh getting the bunt down. Anna Schooley making a great read. Huge insurance run for the Royals here. So with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning, up comes Claire Nelson with the Royals now leading 6-3. But that's a big, big, big run.
1 away here in the 7th. Nelson's going to foul that one off of her foot again. She's taking a beating, not by anybody else, but just herself, continuously fouling it off of her foot.
You know, Steve, it's just interesting. As dominating as Griesbach has been, I think that's such a smart call to just go ahead and put the ball in play. But, again, that's set up on a Schooley reaches base on an error, steals second, takes third on an error, and then goes ahead and suicide squeeze. That's how you're forced to manufacture a run against the pitcher as high quality as Griesbach.
Especially considering Ari Kavanaugh before that at bat. You could see she was as frustrated as ever as Claire lines this one to left. It's going to get past Lau. Claire Nelson will head to second. She will head to third. It's all the way in the corner.
Coach Nelson's going to send Claire, and here she comes around the corner. Oh, and he decides to hold her up. You could see him going ahead and waving. He looked like he perhaps was going to take off, Steve. His arm was propelling so far. But, again, a terrific job in left field. I believe that's Hope Schulte. Who is that out in left?
Regan Lau.
A terrific job by Regan Lau out in left. That ball got out in the corner. She did a great job of not panicking, picking it up, and firing a strike back in. And for the Royals, Claire needed to go ahead and hold up. So now 1 out. Vullard at the plate. It makes you wonder again if they'll go ahead and have Macy try to go ahead and bunt to force that run home.
She doesn't. Way behind the fastball. It's 0-1. A 1-out triple for Claire Nelson. And you could see how much that ball was hooking past Lau. She tried her best and got into that corner. Claire Nelson stands at third base with 1 out. But mention it here after this pitch by Griesbach. She does square and it hits her. And she will head to first with runners at the corners now.
Steve, an underrated play in this game is made by the center fielder by Nagel. She was the one that was covering second base on the ball that went ahead and tagged out Ari Kavanaugh for the first out of the inning. If not, that triple probably scores a run and changes a lot of the complexion. I cannot say enough good things about Nagel tonight. She's done a great job putting the ball in play. I've been very impressed with her all night long, including a heads-up play there, which obviously saves the Eagles a run. So now runners on first and third. We're in the top half of the 7th inning, 1 out away. Vullard on first, Nelson on third, Lydia Smith at the plate.
Runners at the corners, 1 out. And fouled it straight back to Lydia Smits. But going back to that Ari Kavanaugh at bat, she was as frustrated as anybody facing Morgan Griesbach tonight. Before that at bat, Ari was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. And then she's able to get that bunt down, as Paul mentioned, with 2 strikes in the count. And having the confidence of a sophomore to be able to get that bunt down is phenomenal. The 0-1. Squares the bunt, and off the end of the bat by Smits, and it's 0-2. Lexi Stofflet waiting on deck for the Royals.
So Coach Nelson was really aggressive with Kavanaugh with 2 strikes to lay down the bunt. We'll see with what he does here with his senior, Lydia Schmidt, as she's down 0-2 in the count, 1 out.
And swings and misses. Vollard will take second with no play. And there's a strikeout.
Now batting number 31, right.
Runners at the corners for runners at second and third for Lexi Stofflet.
Huge strikeout once again for Griesbach, as now there's 2 away with runners on second and third. Stofflet at the plate. So with 2 away, anything into the field of play that reaches the ground is probably going to get the Royals 2 huge runs. Big moment here for the freshman. Let's see what she can do.
The 0-1 is swung on and missed, and it's 0-2 quickly to Lexi. She's had a nice varsity debut in her first and second games tonight.
I cannot say enough good things about Griesbach. I love the way that she just goes and attacks. The moment does not feel too big for her. Just continues to throw an impressive game.
The 0-2 is swung on and missed. A couple more strikeouts in the inning. And the Royals strand 2, but they score 1. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 6-3 Assumption. It'll be 7-8-9 due up for Auburndale. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
You couldn't possibly go through all this stuff by yourself, especially since Dad isn't as young and mobile as he used to be. I'd love to help if I had more time between work, kids, and their activities. Have you considered getting any help?
I'd love to, but I don't know who to call.
Kushel and Kushel, removal and recycling services for seniors, handicaps, and those who need help. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. From painting, landscaping, moving, chores, and more. Please give David a call at 715-323-5762.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
All right, bottom of the 7th inning we go. It'll be 7-8-9 for Auburndale here. Lau, Schulte, and Nagel.
So Coach Nelson decides to leave Kavanaugh on the mound. It's going to be her game to complete, it looks like, Steve, at least to go ahead and start it, working her 8th inning of the night, her 7th inning of this particular ball game. Arias pitched a whale of a ball game. Assumption picks up a very big insurance run. Now we'll see if the Royals can go ahead and close it out for their first win of the year and earn a huge Merriwood South victory in the process if they can get it. Long way to go, though.
Regan Lau at the plate. First offering is going to be lined over to Vollert. And one pitch and one out here in the 7th inning. One up and one down for Hope Schulte. Hope is has that senior mojo here. So.
You know, we have a saying at Assumption Girls Basketball, which is seniors die hard, and Hope is a great example of that, where she's worked a full count and a 3-1 and laced a double to center field.
The first offering from Kavanaugh is good for a strike, 0-1.
Her and Griesbach have been the two that have really caused Kavanaugh the most fits tonight as the Eagles are trying to mount this comeback.
The 0-1. Swung on and miss, 0-2. Here in the 7th, 6-3 Assumption.
Steve, do you get the impression that you might see Kavanaugh and Griesbach match up against each other for some important Merriwood South games for years to come?
Very likely, yeah.
You got a sophomore and a freshman who have both dazzled on the mound tonight, both very impressive in very different rights. Griesbach has done an excellent job of striking batters out. Ari has done a great job of putting the ball or keeping the ball in play and allowing her teammates to go ahead and make plays, and then sprinkling in some what I would consider to be timely strikeouts during that time frame. Both have been a highly successful formula. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Royals over Eagles 6-3.
2-2. Nagel fouls, or Schulte fouls it straight back. 6-3 Assumption, bottom half of inning number 7. Huh? Hope Schulte? The 2-2 just misses outside. Count runs full, 3-2. Another 3-2 count for Schulte here in the bottom of the 7th.
Again, Schulte's done a really good job of seeing pitches and making Kavanaugh work. Really, he's got a good feel for the zone.
2-2 lined into right over the glove of Vollert. And a one-out base hit for Hope Schulte. Nicely done for Hope, and now Chesney Nagel.
What's huge about that, Steve, is that it puts, it brings Krings into the fold. And what's huge about getting Krings in the fold is that the next hitter up has been arguably the best player in this ball game tonight, Morgan Griesbach. So, again, we'll see what happened. But Nagel, who made one of the most heads-up plays on that tag out of Kavanaugh.
Bounces off the plate, tough play. Schoolie across and got her by half a step, and there's 2 outs. And now the top of the order, due up here for Auburndale with 2 outs.
And, Steve, we talked about at the time, boy, that insurance run was huge. In the first game, the third inning of the first game, Krings hit a ball that one-hopped the fence that very easily could have gone ahead and left the ballpark. So that's where that insurance run is big. If you're the Royals, the only runner that really matters right now is the one at the plate.
That misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Krings fly out, single, pop out in her 3 at-bats here in Game 2. Royals trying to secure their first win of the year. The 1-0 going to be hit over to Schooley. Steps, throws, Royals win it. A 6-3 put out here in the 7th to end it. Royals pick up their first win of the season, first conference win of the year, and they do it in game number 2. Assumption in game 2 wins it 6-3. We'll take a quick break, come back, see if we can catch a player or two down on the field, and bring you our Next Step Prosthetics post-game show after this on Zaleski Sports.
Great 2 games, girls. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Welcome back here to Wisconsin Rapids as we are on the Zaleski post-game show here from Robinson Park. In game 1 of the doubleheader tonight, the Auburndale Eagles beat the Assumption Royals 4-1 behind a masterful 17 strikeout performance from freshman sensation Morgan Griesbach. In the second game, the Royals were able to go ahead and get 5 runs in the 3rd inning before Griesbach re-entered the ball game, and Assumption was able to go ahead and hang on for a victory in game 2, 6-3 over Auburndale to go ahead and earn the Merriwood South split. Earlier today on Zaleski Sports Network, we saw the Stratford Tigers get beat by the Newman Cardinals. So Newman right now 1-1, Auburndale 1-1, Assumption 1-1, Stratford 1-1 in conference. My apologies, I don't know what the Marathon and the Edgar records are, but once again, year in, year out, the conference looks to be highly competitive and a high-quality contest. Big growth for the Royals, who we saw play on Tuesday night over at the ballpark or the Quadplex in Wisconsin Rapids, where they got beat by Sevastopol. The bats were quieted again in the second game, but a big victory for Assumption over a ranked team in Division IV in the Auburndale Eagles. And again, Auburndale looks like they're going to be very, very, very tough all season long with some outstanding ball games. We are waiting for Coach Nelson and Coach Schill and the Eagles to go ahead and finish up. Steve Maves is down on the field. We're going to get you a post-game interview and somebody in the highlight house very shortly here. We appreciate you sticking around for the post-game comments. I'd take an opportunity to go ahead and thank our sponsors tonight. The many of them. We thank everybody that was able to go ahead and tune in. We couldn't bring you the broadcast without you, the fans, and without our sponsors. And again, we're proud here at Zaleski Sports to bring in the action for free. So again, we appreciate everybody going ahead and coming down. And Coach Maves, here comes Steve, looking to go ahead and grab Coach Nelson and the player. And then it appears, I don't know if he'll also grab Coach Schulte and Griesbach or not. We'll see with what Steve has worked out, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we are going to be able to put 2 players tonight in the highlight house. Again, as I said before, Auburndale earned a victory in Game 1 behind a 17 strikeout performance from freshman sensation Morgan Griesbach, who is now going to go ahead and join Steve Maves on the field for a post-game interview.
Good. All right.
Sound good? All right. We're here with Morgan Griesbach from Auburndale. Morgan, 25 strikeouts in 2 games, 17 in the first one. Really impressive, a lot of fun to watch you pitch. Besides asking what was working for you in the circle, just talk about your performance tonight.
I mean, our team, we had a lot of hits in our games, and the last one, obviously, we didn't have enough. But we have great role models on the team, which for seniors, and, I mean, it's fun to play with them.
And off to a nice start on the year. Now splitting a conference doubleheader here, obviously. Just talk about expectations and hopes for the year.
It's one game at a time. We only practice for this coming game, and we don't look forward to the next game. So we're just looking for the next game.
All right, we're going to put you in the house, okay? Do you know what to do?
No.
Okay, I'm going to give you this.
Okay.
I'm going to back out. There's a camera up there somewhere in the press box. I'm going to back out. I'm going to count you down 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Say, I'm Morgan Griesbach, and I'm in the house.
Okay.
All right? Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Morgan Griesbach, and I'm in the house.
They're late. Thank you, Morgan.
Very impressive.
Bring in Ari Kavanaugh and Macy Vollard as well. This is what's tough with doubleheaders in the Merriwood. You guys can come on. This is what's tough with the doubleheader in the Merriwood when there's split teams and we cover both teams all year. Is it's hard to pick somebody to talk to, but we'll bring in Macy Vollard here from Assumption and Ari Kavanaugh. Macy, obviously a nice second win tonight. A tough first game, obviously. We won't get into that, but a nice second win tonight. Just talk about the mindset after a tough game 1 to come back and get the win.
Yeah, so coming in not pitching the second game, it's really important for me to keep my head on straight. Like, I have to do my job for Ari, to play good defense and be a good teammate for her. So that would be my mindset.
And just talk about the approach to the second game. Obviously, different pitcher in the second game that you guys faced, able to scratch across 5 runs in that inning, including a big 2 RBI double. But just talk about the difference in the approach at the plate in game 2.
You want to win, obviously. I mean, I don't know. I guess my sorry. Yeah, I mean, I don't like striking out a lot, and I don't contribute a lot to the team by doing that. So just trying to contribute to the team better by having a better approach at the plate.
All right, good. No, that's fine. We'll bring in Ari now. Just switch spots. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm sure. Yes, just switch spots. We can. There you go. All right, Ari, the game 2 win in the circle had a lot of great defensive plays behind you. Just talk about how much confidence that gives you in the circle when you have good defensive plays behind you.
Obviously, it gives me a lot of confidence. We have a new team, so it's really important to make sure that I'm there for them when they're there for me, and them being there for me is really helpful, especially if I'm not doing as good in the circle. It's really helpful to have them behind me knowing that they can make those plays. And
got into a couple of jams later in the game, able to work out of it, a couple big strikeouts, a couple big ground outs. Just talk about being able to work through those late in this one.
I mean, striking them out is yeah, it's better when the people behind me can contribute. It's obviously really good. It feels good when I strike them out, and Claire's really great to have behind the plate. She does an amazing job with pep talks or framing or whatever it is. Having her behind the plate is just really nice to have.
All right, we're gonna put you both in the house, okay? Okay. Yeah. You guys feel good about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hold it.
All
I'll
right.
give you this. I'm gonna back out because you're gonna have some.
Okay, you go first.
Got some.
No, I don't want to go first. You go first. You're older.
You know what to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll go.
assume so.
I Macy Vollard.
Yeah.
I'm not in Okay. Are we gonna get the?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Macy Vollard.
I'm Ari Kavanaugh.
And we're in the house.
Thank you, ladies. All right, with that, we're going to sign things off here from Wisconsin Rapids. Auburndale takes game 1 4-1. Assumption game 2 6-3 here in this Merriwood South girls softball doubleheader. A ton of games for you tomorrow. Check them all out, SaleskySports.com. Olivia and I will be over at the Wisconsin Rapids Area Sports Quadplex for Wisconsin Rapids and Rhinelander baseball. First pitch starting at 11 a.m. For my broadcast partner, Paul J. Glinski, and my producer, Olivia Zimmerman, this is Steve Mave signing off. Have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning right here. Selesky Sports.